So guys, we're live, we're live. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So we're gonna be talking about Algeria on the brink of elimination. So Equatorial Guinea defeated Algeria. What is the group? What is the fate of Algeria? Because if they lose to Ivory Coast on Thursday, they are officially out of the African Cup of Nations. So we'll talk about Algeria. We'll talk about Lukaku versus Thomas Tuchel, and also we're going to talk about Chelsea board. And apparently, I'm hearing the report that he wants to move back to Italy. Oh Lord in heaven, I don't want to talk about Lukaku, but this dumbass idiot wants to talk about it. So we're gonna debate Luka Modric versus Andres Iniesta. Who is a better player? So like the vid, subscribe. Let's go. Yeah, guys, my people, how you doing now? I hope you guys are doing well. Like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe, like the vid, subscribe. So welcome to Sunday Hangout. Like the vid and subscribe, guys. Like the vid and subscribe. So we're gonna be talking about Algeria on the brink of elimination from the African Cup of Nations, the defending champion being eliminated because this is the result now. If they lose to Ivory Coast on Thursday, they are officially out of the African Cup of Nations. Wow, what a weird way to start an Afcon. So we're also going to talk about Lukaku returning back to Italy. What the heck is going on with Romelu Lukaku? Chelsea board, what's going on? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Tuchel too. We're also going to talk about Luka Modric versus Andres Iniesta. That's going to be a debate I'm going to leave towards the ending of it. So we're going to debate about it because I really want to have our conversation about it. Who is the most decorated player between both of them in terms of playing and everything? And also, we'll listen to a question and answer from the fans, kind of ask their opinion and everything, and hear what they want to say. Like the vid, subscribe. So, Sam, how you doing, brother?
All good, man. Good to be on. Good to be on.
Yeah,
Excited for the
welcome.
discussion today.
So, firstly, your take on Algeria being on the brink of elimination, because this is the result. If they lose to Ivory Coast on Thursday, they are officially out of the Afcon.
Honestly, like I said, that's why predictions, like we always, I guess we always have a tendency to say who's gonna win. In Algeria, oh, they have this history, they have the players, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, it's a cup competition, and anything can happen. It, maybe Algeria have deeper issues, but like how I see
Mm-hmm.
it is, it's also luck. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, if they capitulate the first time around, they're complacent, they're not playing well, and then they lose 1-0 to Guinea, right? It's
Yeah.
very it's very possible in these kind of competitions. It's not league, right? So um look, man, it's looking tough for them. I don't know. Do you think they can go through? Like, or I'll ask you this question, because obviously I'm really starting to get into like I probably should start watching African teams because I actually
Mm-hmm.
like the football. Um, so like, what issues do you think it's luck? Do you think it's complacency, or do you think it's just like tactical
I think for me,
issues?
it's overconfidence because the amount of time people write off so many countries in terms of winning AFCON, and people talk
Yeah.
about Algeria being this superior team, being this best team in the world. This is the result now. If they lose to Ivory Coast on Thursday, they are officially out of Africa Cup of Nations. That is bad in
Mm,
Nigeria's face. See,
yeah.
if they drew, they're out. If they lose, they're out. They have no choice than to win Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast wants to qualify for this group. it's a dicey situation for them right now. They have no chance than to win. Because for me, it's all about complacency and overconfidence. That's what I call Algeria. Because
Oh,
people see them
Sam's
as
back, man. What's up,
people
Sam?
see
What up,
people
NK?
see them
What up, NK?
as the best so-called country in world football to get to it. Now it's the best. They have to prove themselves as the best. Because if you are the best, you gotta prove yourself out. If not, you are getting out. And I have to give credit to
Yeah.
Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone has been impressing me a lot in this Afcon. Their goalkeeper
What about
is,
that goalkeeper? That
is the
goalkeeper,
best.
yeah.
Is the best goalkeeper in Afcon right now. He saved so many
Yeah.
penalties. He
What's
saved
that?
three
Hey,
penalties.
what's the Ivy? I'm like, what's the Ivory Coast goalkeeper doing though?
I don't know, man. So
Um,
see, this is it. Ivory Coast is in 4 points. Equatorial Guinea is in 3 points. If Equatorial, this is it now. Ivory Coast versus
Damn.
Algeria, the last match. Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone. If Equatorial Guinea beat Sierra Leone or they do, Equatorial Guinea are through. If Ivory Coast beat
Yeah.
Algeria, Algeria officially out.
It's tough.
That is
I
the
said it's
result
a
now.
competition. You can never say, "Oh, they're the clear favorites." You can never
So
do
this
that.
is
Like
it now. This is
you
it.
never
This is it.
know.
So Thursday, Sierra Leone play first. Then they play on the same time.
yeah, they have to. As
So they're gonna know their
Yeah.
fate just immediately after 90 minutes.
yeah, they have to because it prevents
Ivory Coast versus Algeria. That's
Yeah,
a
That's
tough
the
fixture.
big game. That's the big game
that's
next
a
week,
big
man.
game. I don't know why
Yeah.
Algeria has been playing crap in this Afcon. What the heck is going on with them? What's
I'm
going on?
telling you, it's complacency. Like you said,
Or is it
they
overconfidence?
it's
You,
overconfident. They're too comfortable. They're too
I'd lie
comfortable.
you, and guess what? By the way, you know they beat Ghana 3-0 on their
Yeah.
warm up in their warm up
Mhm.
game. Let me know if I'm
Oh,
good
what
there.
a fluke, man. That's
Let me know if
crazy.
I'm good there. Let me know if I'm good there, please.
So what's going on with Ivory Coast? Algeria exactly. See, this is they have to win this match. They cannot draw. They got to win. They're at the bottom of the table. This is it here. They are bottom with 1 point. See,
And even if they
if
win,
they
there's no
draw
Oh,
and
so
it's 2
guarantee.
points, they are bottom.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They have to win maximum of 2, 3, or 4 goals.
if
You have to see them.
Ivory Coast get a draw, they're
They
free,
are
right?
out. That's true. Ivory Coast are two. Algeria are out.
Oh yeah, Algeria. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
So
Ivory
lovely.
if
Coast.
Sierra Leone beat Equatorial Guinea, Sierra Leone automatically qualify with Ivory Coast. If Equatorial Guinea beat Sierra Leone,
So
Equatorial Guinea beat.
no, so basically Group E is the game is the thing to watch because
Yeah.
everyone needs to win. Everyone
No,
wants
no,
to
no,
win.
Yeah.
no. No, Ivory Coast need to draw. They
Yeah,
are
Ivory
two.
Coast is the only team that need, but you'd
So
want to win
Equatorial
that
Guinea
game.
and Sierra Leone needs to
Ivory
win.
Coast would want to win that game, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So
All three teams have a chance. You
yeah,
know.
All three.
exactly. All
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
All four.
Wait, has Ivory Coast already qualified, or am I just being? Oh
No,
No,
yeah, no.
because
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
they
yeah,
have
if
yeah, I
they
one.
see, I
lose, yeah,
see.
exactly.
I see. Damn,
No, they have to win or draw. They have to win or draw.
crazy.
This is a dicey situation for me. It's a dicey one, man. This is tough,
Yo,
man.
NK, can you give me an answer? Is it complacency, or do they actually have like tactical issues that you've observed, or is it just like them being overconfident and they're getting disciplined and humbled, sort of thing?
I think is poor execution. I think it's poor. I don't really think the complacency. I don't think is the. I think it's part of it, but I don't think it's the main driving. I do think that they're lacking execution right now, based on what I've seen. But yeah, man. I mean, I think Afcon's been great, honestly. Honestly, I honestly think it's been
Hmm.
a good tournament so far. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
NK,
mean,
it kind of started slow and now it's picking up.
yeah, it's picking up, man. It's picking up. But
Tom, how you doing, brother?
What? What are
hello,
you
So
Tom.
talking?
looking at the group now. What is going on with Algeria? Tom, what's going on with Algeria?
NK. One
Uh,
word.
Tom.
One word.
What's that? What's that?
Timberland. Timberland.
Tim's.
One
We're
word.
gonna
Tim's
talk about it.
sports.
Hey,
One word.
Tom, Tom,
Tim's.
Tom.
Tom,
At this
Tom,
Tom,
we're not talking about Chelsea.
this is
We're not
see
talking about
see
Chelsea, bro.
this is
Chill.
2022. It's called truth. And right now I don't have time for any bullshit. If you don't perform, get the fuck out of my club. So we're gonna talk about that.
Tom, please don't harass us, man.
We'll
We're
talk about
suffering,
that.
man.
Right
We're
now it's
just
all
trying to
about
use this Afcon as a relief, man. Chill. Let us live.
No, wait, NK said what's up, so there we go. No, but like NK said, the Afcon's been brilliant, really.
but Tom, what is going on with Algeria? Is it complacency or overconfidence? Because people talk them as if they are
Oh,
the favorite. Algeria is the
overconfidence.
favorite. These are the favorite.
Overconfidence.
Over.
Overconfidence and overhyped from that Qatar win.
Are you sure?
Well, let's put it like this. They win something in Qatar for
Yeah.
God
I,
knows how long,
I
and then the hype's there, isn't it? And then like we all said before the tournament started, we said about there should be the 4 teams that realistically should make it to the end, and we all agreed on it with the Ivory Coast, Algeria, Nigeria, and what were the other one that we said?
Senegal.
Senegal, Morocco.
That was it, Senegal. Yeah,
Mhm.
we said that should be the semi-final setup, really, in an ideal world, and Algeria, well, shocking.
They're in trouble.
What can I say? Shocking.
They're in big trouble. Big. They have
I
to.
don't see them beating the Ivory Coast anyway.
Tom, this is the scenario Algeria put themselves in. They are the last in the table. See, they have no choice. This is that table here. They are last. They have to draw. They have to win. They can't even draw. They have to win. They have to win Ivory Coast.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they'll draw.
If they do, they automatically have.
I don't think. I'd lie. I'm sorry. That goalkeeper,
Ooh,
Algeria
goalkeeper.
the Ivory Coast goalkeeper, I'd lie.
Is shambolic?
I'd lie.
Who's the Ivory Coast goalkeeper? Who is it?
Have you not seen that clip?
I haven't seen.
No. Click on the Ivory Coast. I
don't. It's copyright.
Or the
I'll
recent
send it
match.
in. I'll send it in on the
It's
on the
copyright. What's
thing,
going
though,
on?
but this
Just click
is-
on one of the matches and then go to the team sheet.
Okay, team sheet. Okay, they play with Sierra Leone.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, go on that one. Go on that one, and then go to what do they call it now? Lineups. Go to lineups.
Yo, was it that dude who made that mistake?
Yeah, and then click on the
Sangali.
guy's name. Click on his
Sangali.
guy. Yeah, click on the guy's name. Oh my god, is that him, NK?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Shout out to Sangali.
That is
He plays for JDR Stars.
that could be the biggest. I'm not. You see, here's the thing.
So he plays for JD. He plays for JD basically.
I respect my black brothers, but what I just saw there
JD Sports.
has to be one of
NK,
the.
wait. Let me just
That could be
clarify
fixing.
something quick.
I'm sorry. I have to say.
Does this guy play in Europe or something?
I don't know, but if you saw what this guy did,
Well, what's the
the
team
winner.
JDR Stars? What team's that? I've never even heard of that. I thought it were JD, the sports brand, to be honest. Yeah, go on. Let's see what league they're playing.
goodness gracious me, is I mean,
What club is this? Where is this?
It's a local club, bro. Chill.
It actually is and all, isn't it? African
It's a local club.
African
club?
champion. Oh my god.
I'm
Oh
lying.
my god.
That is it was awful goalkeeping. I'm sorry. I have to be no. It's not even that. Like that, he did that on, like that's intentional. At that point, that's intentional.
I need to watch what
I'm
they're
sorry.
talking about. Is it the second goal or the first goal?
To equalize, they could have gone through. I'm sending it in. Obviously, it's copyright on your stream and live, but
I'm not. Let me watch it on YouTube myself. I'm not.
I sent it on Twitter. That you can't tell me that's not fixed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just don't share it though, Abdullah, 'cause you get
Let me-
copyrighted.
I better not swear for someone. I don't want to swear. Just let me. Just
If
let me watch
Kepa
it.
or something did that, they wouldn't let him leave the crown. I'm being serious. They wouldn't let him leave the. I'm
I'm
telling
just
you.
watching it now.
That was to equalize. Tom, they were winning the game.
Oh my god.
They were winning the game, ladies and gentlemen. They were winning. It was comfortable. They would have gone through.
Lord in heaven help us.
Guys, watch it if you can, bro. I don't want to
I'm looking
imply
right now,
anything because the world's already against us, but that's fixing. I'm sorry.
Wait. Oh my god. Yeah, he's actually right. SSP is actually right. The club that he plays for was only founded in 2011.
Oh Lord.
It's been founded 10 years.
Jesus Christ, it's 10 years.
Well,
old.
11 years now,
It's
but
a child. That club
Steep.
is a child.
oh my god.
Almost finishing primary.
I'm loading now.
That's not even got to secondary school yet. It's still primary.
My thing is, who designed that badge? Like, it's like he just went to the local freelancer and just said, "What up to him?" It's
No, they just went onto Photoshop and then it was one of the avatars. They got it off Football Manager.
yeah, yeah. They just randomly picked one of Football Manager's avatars and picked it. Yes.
What?
Yeah, he did that.
Are you mad?
I'm lying. He did that. He did that, bro.
Wait,
did
you
that.
guys are kidding, right? You're
No,
joking.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. He did that.
Are we playing badminton or
I don't know
or
what he's doing.
what is this? And they say this idiot is standing. He didn't even make any attempt. Look like a moron. What?
Hold on. What's the vote with your feet putting? So Algeria is not number one. The number one goalkeeper was suspended for doping before Afcon. He took
Oh, okay.
medication for eye pain given to him by his club in Saudi Arabia. Turns out it was a banned substance. Oh, come on. Come on. Come off him.
Oh my goodness.
That doesn't
You
make
can't make
anything
this up.
better, man. That
You
doesn't
can't
make
No,
make
anything
this up.
it doesn't.
What
That
is-
just
what
makes
is
it
this, man? What
worse.
is this?
You can't make this up. This is awful stuff, honestly. Awful stuff.
Guys,
This is
remember we're
match
talking
fixing.
about a country like Ivory Coast. You
I
can
know
produce a
this
better
is bad.
goalkeeper than that.
SSB,
I cannot believe
SSB.
this.
Did you see that crap that I just saw, fam?
I cannot believe this.
Unbelievable.
What the heck? I can't believe this. This is match
I still
fixing.
don't.
Awful
I
stuff.
can't believe this. This is match fixing. What the heck? I can't believe this. Did the goalkeeper just intentionally kick Ivory Coast out of?
Is that Olga Call in the chat, man?
No, that's
Oh,
calm.
he's been paid, hasn't he? Let's be real.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait,
You
wait.
can't
I
tell
cannot
me
believe
that's
what
not
I'm
a
saying.
possibility. You can't tell me that's not possible. You can't tell me it's not a
Listen,
possibility.
it's Afcon. NK, it's Afcon. Anything's
Yo,
possible.
but Enke, he sold that so well because he caught it and then he did like a
What
somersault
the
and then he
hell?
just pushed it towards the
Wait,
goal.
Sam. Is it? Are we doing like in Africa we do like exchange of batting when we do inter sport? So is that what this man is doing right now? Exchanging of
He's an
batting.
actor. What do you mean?
I'm
He's
just
an
saying, man,
actor. He wants to be the next James Bond. That's what it is.
I mean, that
He's
was
an
a
actor.
perfect sequence. Like he did a somersault, made it look like it was he lost control of his body, like he was possessed, and then he just squared it into the box. And what happened? And this happened in the
And
94th
Sierra
minute,
Leone
right?
almost messed out. I'm glad they scored. That's silly.
Wait, this
In
happened
the
in the
94th
94th
minute of the
minute.
game.
Yeah,
People.
94.
Yo, MK, and the irony, the
This was
ironic
at the
part
end
is
of the
that
game, Sam.
MK, the ironic part is that this recording is on like a betting
There wasn't
website.
any time. That's what I mean.
The ironic part is the recording you showed me is on a betting
Yeah.
Right at the
website.
end of the
Everything
game.
about this is sketchy. Yeah, man, this is.
Oh, he said Ivory Coast to win. He bet on Ivory Coast to win. Oh.
Nah,
Okay,
nah.
this
Oh,
guy
he
was
lost
the
people.
supplier.
He lost
Man.
that guy
This
money.
guy was the guy. He was the sponsor.
Oh, he lost that guy money.
Oh,
Nah.
oh. Okay.
That guy's been paid. Come on, the guy's been paid.
But I mean, when you're playing for JDK Stars,
I'm
you're
sorry.
a family man. You need to
Afcon,
provide for your family.
that ref did that, bro.
Playing for JD.
You have another goalkeeper. I remember another second goalkeeper.
Playing for JD though. JD Sports.
Hey, Abdullah, after
Unbelievable.
we finish all the Afcon discussions, can we please talk about Can we talk about certain African nations that have underperformed, apart from Algeria?
Ghana.
Because
Why do you want to
I
talk
got
about
beat-
Ghana so
I got
bad, bro? Why do you want to talk about
basically,
Ghana so
man,
bad, bro?
I got things that NK, I
Okay.
got things that need to leave my chest today. Okay.
Yeah,
Thomas Party.
It's an 2020 is an honest discussion. So don't worry.
We're gonna party hard.
Don't worry. That guy's a fraud, man.
I still can't get over that video, NK.
Wait, Tom, who do you support? Who do you support? What club do you support?
Man U. But I might start supporting JDR.
Did you see the way he said Man
Yeah,
United? Thomas, okay, don't worry, bro. We'll get back up there.
Yeah, Tom just lost a bit of energy. man.
Don't start, NK. Don't start.
So
Ghana.
let me come to
Oh
Tom on
god,
this.
that
So,
nation, man.
how do Algeria qualify out of this group?
They
They need to
don't.
win.
That's simple.
Or they
They don't.
don't.
They don't
With the
qualify.
video I'm seeing right now, this dumbass idiot called Africa's goalkeeper.
Yeah, the Ivory Coast goalkeeper,
He
man.
might actually kick Ivory Coast out. What Ivory Coast need to do is overscore Algeria. Even if that bastard want to do dumbass stupid shit, it's good. Just knock out Algeria first. That's the key.
Wait, but I'm like, it's possibly likely you know that the biggest winners of that is Cameroon and Nigeria, and even Morocco, because it's highly likely that one of the big boys, aka Ivory Coast or Algeria, are out.
Out, yeah. No, it's looking like it's gonna be Algeria, though, for me.
Yeah, with Algeria being most likely. So it looks like Cameroon and Nigeria, Morocco too. It's big dubs right now. That's a big boy out the
qualified, yeah.
That's big boys out of the competition, man. So But anyone's dangerous in
So,
this. In
Tom,
this.
what do you think? Do you think it's overconfidence or complacency or the other? Just like they're having a bad day.
I've already told you they've had the swagger from Qatar. They got overhyped because they won a trophy. They thought, oh, we're going to the Afcon, we'll blitz it like we did in Qatar,
Mm-hmm.
and they've had a reality check, completely different. And they've not settled in. They've not settled in the group. They've not settled in the tournament as a team, as a collective, as a squad. They don't. They're not playing together as a team. I don't think they're listening to instructions or the tactics or whatever enough or correctly. Because I can tell you, and I've not got major coaching qualification, but you don't have to be an idiot to see that that's not the way that the managers ask them to play. Like passing styles and stuff. Like they can't even string a pass 5 yards. Honestly, or the ball just goes into touch when they try and play a 10 yarder sidewards. It's not even as if you're going forward, sidewards. Like no ethos in any sort of attacking play. And when you don't have that, even regardless of the competition or the opposition that you're playing against,
Mm-hmm.
at least have a system and at least follow it, regardless of you get the result or not. It's a system at the end of the day. It's a plan, and you've got to go off what the manager says. And if that's what the manager is saying for them, then I think the Algerian FA or federation, I think they need to sack him if that's the way how he thinks football should be played. Because, logically, you don't come off of a massive binge that you did in Qatar and then come to the Afcon and play this way. You can't. It's criminal, and you get punished. And they've had that in the other two games. And if they're not careful, they might have it against Ivory Coast, and then goodbye, early flight home.
Wow. Because it's topic because the conversation people are having that they said Riyad Mahrez is declining right now because it's not the Mahrez we knew 2-3 years ago. That has been a little bit declined because he's not been playing very much for Manchester City. Do you agree with that or not?
I
I
mean, in the
wouldn't say that.
Champions,
I wouldn't say that.
yeah, I wouldn't say that. In the Champions League against PSG, ripped last season. In the, if I might be wrong, I can't remember if it was quarter-final or semi-final, but definitely in the leg at the Etihad, it completely ripped PSG apart defensive-wise. And club football, as we know, is completely different to international. Like, you look at Salah for Liverpool, he's one of the best players in the world. You're looking for Egypt, he's average. But that's just because of the players that surround him. Same thing with such as Nigeria. Iheanacho's nothing special at Leicester because he can't even get in the team. But as soon as he gets a chance to play with some quality players like the likes of your Ndidis, I won't say Moses Simon because I know how much he pisses you off, Abdullahi. But
that guy gets man of the match award in Agricultural Science League. I don't even know which player does.
What at Nantes? At Nantes. But like, at least play for a decent club in France, like a Lille or something, or a Marseille.
Respect. Hey, leave Moses Simon out of it. I'd lie, man. Come on now.
Oh no, he's got an agenda against him.
I don't have an agenda. I can't have a player who can't even cross the ball. That's bad.
No, in that first game, though, he was shocking. I have to admit,
it's sickening to my health. It's sickening.
It was shocking in that first game.
You can't cross, just ball, just cross the ball. I don't have to do anything, just cross. That's what I asked you to do. It's simple. Can you just do the favor for us and cross the ball very well? This guy can't even cross the ball, and you're working to that to support this man. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move. We'll move on. What do you want to move on to?
So, okay, everybody has spoken. Let's see. So, who do you guys think is going to be the likely quarterfinal pairing after watching, or do you have to wait till like Thursday to see?
Yeah, it's probably better after the groups are concluded, isn't it, really?
It's going to be concluded on Thursday.
I'd probably wait till then, and then you could do a stream then again.
So
it gives you a stream idea at the end of the day, doesn't it? Really, you can do a prediction stream.
So Ivory Coast play on Thursday, so I think that's going to be the final match, though. So that'll be easier for us to have a prediction about it. Okay, people said they should wait. People want me to talk about what happened to Ireland. What's going on with Ireland? What's going on with Ireland?
Bottling it, innit?
We bottled it.
Wait,
Ah,
Abdullah,
the
you know
money's
what's surprising me about Holland? You know what's surprising me about Holland?
What
So
happened to him?
last year, when Chelsea were pursuing Holland, right? Their
Mhm.
director said, you know, we want to stay competitive. Dortmund have the intention to keep our number one player. Like, okay, fair
Mhm.
enough. And I'm
Mhm.
like, but don't you understand that you're gonna get Holland? Holland's gonna get sold next year for like 80 million because of his release clause, right? So I was always confused about that. And now this year, we realize that Dortmund are actually trying to keep him, and Holland doesn't want to stay. And the director is starting to put pressure on Holland to stay or to make a decision.
Oh wow.
So
yeah.
I'm like, how are you guys so naive? Do you understand the level that Holland is at and the kind of and strikers like Holland are rare. Like we don't have those kind of strikers in modern day football. So teams need Holland. And if maybe not necessarily now, but Holland is a hot property, right? So the fact that you thought that you could keep Holland, beyond this year, beyond his release clause, I was like, wow. Because I was always confused. Last year I was like, so you guys are gonna sell Holland because we all know Bayern Munich is gonna lubricate you in the Bundesliga, right? So like, do you expect to be competitive? And now I realize that these guys actually had the intention to keep him. That's ridiculous. Like, be realistic. You should have just took 150 and said goodbye.
They were never
But
on the
yeah,
table though from Chelsea.
I mean, Chelsea were willing to definitely pay. Not only Chelsea, City was there too, but Dortmund were
I
just
think I
being
think I
told.
think I think Chelsea would have paid what they would have paid for Lukaku for Haaland, but I don't think they would have gone and brought the bank that much, like 150 million. Because I think
But Tom,
really
I
you
believe
you
that.
could put your hat into the ring to get him for 80 million the following summer, and even if you don't get Haaland, you can always
Yeah,
go on a backboard and go and get someone else like Vlahovic, who's doing similar things in Serie A. Regardless of what you think, it's at Fiorentina, and name a better player at Fiorentina right now than Dusan Vlahovic. There isn't one, and he doesn't want to
no,
be
I
there
understand what
anyway.
you're
It's kind of a
saying,
similar
Tom.
situation.
But
Yeah,
Tom,
go on,
like,
Sam. Go on.
I'm pretty sure. They had a price. Like Dortmund initially said, okay, we have a price set, but then whenever clubs were trying to negotiate a bit and bring it down, because Chelsea weren't like Chelsea City, those teams they weren't like immediately like eager to do a deal, right? They're willing to negotiate, and still they would have gone much more than Dortmund are going to get with Holland this year. So I just think that Dortmund they didn't want to negotiate. It wasn't about the other clubs not wanting to pay. Everyone knows that Holland is a very competitive talent, and they don't want to risk that the fact that he'd be available to like every single European club for that amount. So, no, I think it was Dortmund on Dortmund's side. They definitely didn't want to let him go after they let Sancho go, which is interesting to see. They're definitely naive to try to keep him.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's fair enough. They'd made enough money off Sancho anyway. So it's £73 million.
I guess.
Not to mention all the Adams that they'll get and the
Yeah,
bonuses
yeah, yeah.
that they've obviously put in his contract and stuff, like appearances or whatever. Because they know Man United have the brand exposure.
Like how much has Haaland contributed to Dortmund's campaign though? Was he worth
Hardly anything. Well,
cutting
well
back
he's had injuries
50
though, hasn't he,
million?
as well?
Yeah, but it's just like you're not gonna beat Bayern. They have a monopoly on this league. Just
I
take
mean,
your L, make
Sam,
money,
Sam.
and boom.
Who knows? Bayern might get him in the end. It's like playing Monopoly at the moment. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
You're rolling a dice.
It's very confusing right now because no one really needs Holland. Like no one needs Holland. You know what I mean? Like there's not one club that needs
We do.
Holland. Ralph, no,
Ralph.
Ralph. We're not buying another striker ever again. If we buy
Yeah,
one more
I don't
striker, I'm
trust this
done with this
club.
club.
What
I feel like
happened to
I'm done.
R9? R9.
Alright, man. Tom, screw off, man.
these fans, these
Timberland.
Chelsea fans.
R9 now. Yeah.
Timberland. You should have
They
gone.
actually-
I told you, rather than going Timberland, you should have gone Poundland.
People
Poundland and got
actually
cheapo.
lied about the way he changed, man. He's not changed at all.
Ralph, I
also
said.
something-
Wait, Ralph, can you agree
50-50.
that Lukaku's actually gotten worse? Like his ability to control a ball compared to
Sam,
when he
he's
was at
never had that.
United.
Sam, he's never
Now
had that.
he's gotten worse.
He's
No,
never,
let's
he's,
be
ne- he's,
honest. Like
he's never had a
Everton
first
and
touch.
the start of United, he had a bit of he had a bit of technique, like a bit of technique. He was a bit easier on the eye compared to now. Now the guy just looks like he's
He looks
got
like
like
Werner.
bricks on his
For me, he looks
feet.
like Werner.
He looks so cumbersome. Like it's a shame, honestly.
Because the
And
report I'm
yeah, but
hearing is
Chelsea,
that the report
I don't
I'm
know where
hearing
we
is
go
he
from
wants
here.
to go back to Italy.
He can go, man. I don't see him staying because, first of all, the fans and his relationship with the fans is broken. Like,
Mhm.
doesn't see the style of play as well. We're not, bro. The boards they can't choose Lukaku over Tuchel, man. Because if they do, man, you mess up everything. You can't even build a long term. And do you know what's gonna happen? If they sack Tuchel, you know all the fans will turn on the board. You know they will. I think it'll be the end of Marina.
I think you're
anyway.
already turning on them already,
No,
aren't you?
it's not
Yeah,
yet.
no, they are. But
Well, you've
Tom,
you bought Ziyech, Werner,
Tom,
Lukaku.
Tom,
Your
see,
recruitment. Hold on. Your recruitment policy's in the bin. Three of your most expensive signings that you bought for the last couple of summers, bar probably Havertz. So I've just said there, Lukaku, that's 100 million that you binned out on him. I can't remember how much you binned out on Werner. Ziyech was about 40
Werner's
million.
definitely gone as well. Werner's another player.
That's nearly upwards of 200 million there on three
I know.
players. And they're all in the
it's-
bin, and you want to get rid of them all.
It's
Like,
horrible, man.
in terms of recruitment,
It's horrible.
fix up and go and get a sporting director. That's what I'd say.
For me, Chelsea needs to go in League 1 and just scout like players like Doku,
Jonathan
from Rennes.
David.
They need to just do that, man. Because
No, Ralph. Before we spend one more cover, 1 more million, before we even think about signing a player, we got to go and make some changes in the front office because there's a big issue.
I mean, there's a lot of
recruitment.
For me, they do you know what they need to do? They need to put a plan in place, man. Because this is horrible. What I'm seeing, man.
Now, Ralph, this is what these guys do, right? Basically, Marita and their boys, that's what they do. They go on Football Manager. They look for dudes who have 16, 17. They're like, I bet. They don't actually do analysis. Like, I've never seen us buy a player apart from Mendy really, and Havertz.
Do you know what really
Havertz
annoys me as
for a
well?
while.
Do you know what really annoys me? Out of all the only two players that from that window we properly scouted were Mendy, because Mendy was scouted by Petr Cech. But with Kai, he was scouted since he was 16, from the time he was in his youth days. That's when we scouted him. But the other sign is obviously Thiago Silva. We know what he's like. But Werner was based on because Liverpool were trying to get him.
Exactly.
And we didn't want Liverpool to get him.
Yeah.
And then Liverpool found that Jota.
No, but are we really going to be blaming Werner?
Welcome back.
I'm laughing New Year, man.
Where have you been all this week?
Yeah, you know New Year. I know how Christmas is, New Year. You gotta hustle. So yeah, man, been hustling and all that. But yeah, just before I start, I just want to say, get Lukaku out of my club. Get him out of that club right now. I don't want to see that guy there. He's the worst number 9 Chelsea have ever had. Just get him out of that club.
Sam.
Get him out. Lukaku out.
Have you got the receipt? Have you got the receipt?
Wait, Tom, wait.
No, there are a lot of receipts, and you know what? I accept I was wrong. There's no need of hiding face or anything. I accept I was totally wrong.
Eric?
I don't need to be a sporting director. I should just support the club. Basically, that's what it is. But Lukaku needs to leave. I don't want to hear Werner. People need to forget about Werner. Is not a problem of Chelsea.
He's not rubbish, man. As well.
I know he's bad, but he's really not the problem.
Yeah, he's not. He's the least you.
He's not the problem, but
he's not.
Really bad.
Did you see Lukaku's touch in that game?
Sam, he's always had a touch like that. He's always had a touch like that, though.
No, but this was horrible.
I
can't believe we sold Giroud.
Did I not tell you when we were having the debate? We had the debate about Lukaku, Kane, and Haaland, and everyone's go Lukaku. He used to play for Chelsea, Premier League experience. Harry Kane won't come to us, and Haaland's out of the price range, so Lukaku fit the bill.
No, but in a way, I can't blame the board for signing him because if you look at it and you
No,
deep it
but
really, there was no other choice.
but
There
no,
was
but
another choice. Either don't sign
we had
anybody or
we
go and
had
take a 30
Broja.
million hit on somebody that you've never
No,
heard
no,
of.
no, no one should say Broja here. Okay,
No,
I know
but
he's having
no,
a
I know, but
great season,
I know,
but
but
don't put the weight of scoring week in
no,
week
but
out on
this
an
listen, this
18-year-old.
no, I know, but even that you could have. I'm not saying we could have relied on Havertz, but we could have just dealt with it for a season. If we knew we weren't winning the title and we didn't have the squad, we should have not blown all that money on Lukaku.
We were on the hype.
Yeah,
We were on
but
the
this is
hype
hindsight
train.
now. No, what I would say is hindsight now. Then you would look at it as a good deal. Okay,
No, but
you're
for me,
getting
I
someone who's
always
proven. He scored 100 goals in the Premier League. He knows the league. There were a lot of things that pointed that, okay, maybe this wouldn't be such a bad signing and it could actually go well.
for me,
I'm not arguing that, but
for me, it's more like
now we know we're totally wrong, and now he
for
needs
me,
to get out.
it wasn't even for me. It wasn't even. Obviously, we needed a striker, but the problem is we weren't creating high quality chances, and we don't have the squad to compete with City.
No, but Raf, the difference though is that then even though the team was better, and that's one thing we had. We had
But
a really good team, and
I feel that we were on the bottom. It was just like on a high, man. I didn't.
yeah,
For me
you have a
personally,
point there too.
I didn't
You have a
actually
big
think the
point
squad
there,
was good. When
and
Petr
this
Cech, I remember
season actually is the season they should have proved to us that season wasn't just fluke.
for me.
But yeah,
What really annoyed me in the summer was when Petr Cech came out and said that we just need 2 signings, and the 2 signings were signed. Bro, we needed that over. We needed to get rid of players. We needed to get rid of
You need to get rid of players. You need to get a number 9 and you need a number 8 in midfield. That's what you
and
need.
a number 6 as well. We didn't really need a number 8.
nah. See, the thing though is that team-wise, Lukaku doesn't make this team better. It doesn't make. I don't see. I don't see a cohesive team.
But look,
I think people are.
15
He makes other people around him bad. Even I think other players are looking way. I think the team sizes. It's affecting, like, people can't see anymore. It's just nah. Nah, man. He did something to this team that I don't like, and I feel it's better he just goes back to Inter.
It's his character, though, Sam. That's the problem.
And we do something with Havertz or whatever, but he's not making the team.
You see, this is where people come at me a lot when I criticize Granaskia. See, in as much as he's been doing some deals, and I keep saying it. Roman is the owner of this club, and I know Roman listens to the fans a lot. This will cause a huge catastrophe for especially him.
He's not selling him though. He's not selling him.
Hold on, see, I've said it right now. If they double dare or triple dare sack Thomas Tuchel,
if they do that, you know that.
Hold on, Granaskia, Roman, Czech, Bosbok, sell Chelsea Football Club. Period.
Sell it, man.
Sell
Seriously.
Chelsea Football Club. Period. I am tired of this sack manager, bringing managers. What the heck? I don't like that.
No, Abdullah, you know the worst thing is that you're sacking the manager because of Timberlands.
It doesn't make any sense.
And you didn't back him properly by giving him Saul.
Saul's not his signing. I don't care what anybody says.
Saul and Lukaku, man.
No, Lukaku for me, it's just. I watched that game again. So I think that's the worst performance by a striker I've ever seen.
Wait, guys, but we need.
No. If we just look at the touches, the chance he had, and the way he took it, he had. There was another chance he had that he gave to Ziyech. Or I couldn't believe a striker of his caliber doesn't try to score from that position.
Do you know the difference? Do you know the difference though? Let me tell you the difference. When he was at Man United and he had chance, he still had the same touch. But when he had chances, he took them because he had to. Otherwise, he was out of the team for players like Rashford and Martial. When you look at that Chelsea squad, who does he have to compete with?
Nobody
in his position. Nobody. That's the problem.
Yeah,
no competition. There's no motivation because if he's going to get dropped, oh well, I'm dropped. It's not like there's. Haaland sat there, or there's Mbappe sat there.
Or even there is, even if Chelsea had a Mikel Antonio right now on the bench, or I don't even care. That's why
Tammy
I personally,
Abraham. If you
Tammy
start
Abraham, exactly.
There's still somebody
I didn't want
there.
Tammy to leave because I did want that competition. and that's what helped Chelsea last
I
season
want to ask you
because
guys a question.
there
I
was
want to
there
ask
was a
you guys
good
a question when you
Ralph,
finish
real
off
quick though.
talking.
There was competition between Giroud, Tammy, Werner, and I do think that actually brought out something out of some of them some games. Now with Lukaku, that's a big point.
SSB, don't go there.
He knows he
don't go
plays
there.
week in week out. He
Don't go
knows
there.
that, man.
I want to ask the Chelsea fans a question. Would you risk keeping Tuchel for long term if it would mean we have to lower our expectations to get to the top again? By that,
No, guys.
we're not winning the Champions League.
Ralph,
Go back a step to go forward too.
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah.
you're saying?
No.
I'm
I think with this, with Tuchel,
No.
we're being reactionary because let's not forget that we're quite right. The
No,
league
I
is
know,
done,
but
we're still in the Champions League,
I know,
the
but
FA Cup,
I don't mean
we're in the
that.
final of a League Cup.
We're not
I'm not talking
focusing on
about.
the right problem though. We're
I'm
not
not
Yeah,
focusing
talking
on the
Tuchel,
about.
source of the
personally,
issue.
I think.
I'm not talking about being in the
Guys, it's
competition.
not
Obviously, we'll be in the
Abramovich.
Champions League and we'll always be third. But I'm talking about actually winning the Premier League.
No, Ralph, just wait. Let me answer your question. You guys are saying Abramovich. You guys are saying Tuchel. It's none of them. Tuchel did the best he could with this poor squad and won a CL, right? The issue is, let's stop talking about Tuchel. Let's stop talking about Abramovich. The issue is Marina Granovska, and
No,
I'll
it's not,
apologize to
man.
Abdullahi because
It's not just her.
it is.
It's
What do you
not
mean
just
it
her.
isn't? She's the one. No, Abramovich is not doing anything with the club. He just owns the
Sam,
club.
do
He's
It's
you
not
funneled
know?
just
money
her,
to the
man.
club.
I
Do you know who
can't.
the problem
He's
is?
not
You know the problem is
managing the
it's your
day-to-day.
whole board. It's the board.
For me, it's not just her. She's just the face.
Exactly. So I'm
She's just
talking.
the face.
I'm talking.
Yeah,
She's just.
she's the public face. There's people
No,
For
behind the
me, I
scenes that you don't
but you know
see.
No, but
another thing too.
Granovska, she's the boss.
Wait,
She's
but
the boss.
okay, can you tell me the signing that okay, like since Lampard was there, which signing do you think they shouldn't have made?
Werner
Aside
for
from,
sure.
Ziyech.
I mean, all of them.
Ziyech for sure.
All of them. All of them
I'm
except
do you
having.
really
I
think
think
Chelsea
Mendy
shouldn't have signed
was
Werner?
scouted.
All of them
Mendy was scouted.
apart from Silver and
Chilwell
Havertz.
was a Lampard signing.
And
Everyone
Mendy.
else was just a whimsical board
Mendy,
signing.
yeah,
Let's be
Mendy's
honest.
another.
The only planned ones were Mendy. I think Silva was a surprise.
Havertz was a planned one because you
Yeah.
scouted him for years.
Ziyech was just.
Wait, guys,
we
guys,
just
guys.
played.
I just want to get
Ziyech is
something
one of.
straight.
Do you remember when we played that team that William was playing for? It was just like that. We played Ajax. He scored against us, and we got him. Bro, like this club.
No, don't do this. This Ajax run. Ziyech was
No,
magnificent.
Yeah, I know,
why the hell
Let's
are you
not act
defending
like he was a
Granovska?
bum.
I'm not
Ziyech was
saying
a
he's a
good
bum.
player.
Ralph,
I didn't
why
say
are
he's a
you
bum.
defending
For me, the
Marina?
bum
Why are
out
you
of all of
defending
them is
Marina?
Werner.
Stop talking about Willian. Why are you defending Marina? I need facts.
I'm not defending her. I
Why
just
are
don't
you
want to put
defending
all the
Marina?
blame on her, man, because I feel like it's unfair.
I'm putting the blame on her. She's the
Okay,
one who
that's
instilled
your
this
choice. That's your
confidence
choice.
into the
But
Yeah,
club.
let's put it like this. Let's put it like this, guys. There's so many people we can blame, but the one thing is everybody has a hand in it. Everybody at least has some percentage of the blame.
For me, all I know is that she's the negotiator. So
yeah,
she doesn't scout the
negotiator.
players.
She gets on the phone and breaks the deals down. That's all she does. She
At the end
doesn't
of the
go
day,
and
she sanctions
contact
the deals.
agents. Yeah, she
No,
sanctions the deal. She
deals.
releases the
Another
money.
thing,
The
I have to,
scout does. The
I
head
do
scout
Responsible
have
for
to
instilling
agree with,
an acceptable culture at the club.
I have
You
to
know?
agree with Sam in the sense that also, if you look at it, Tuchel right now is working with Conte's players, Sarri's player,
Trash.
Lampard
SSB,
player.
don't. Just don't.
No. It's if you look at other managers, you look at the people he's competing with. Guardiola, that's his full squad. Klopp, that's Klopp's squad. Every player there. I think the whole 20 players. Even United, let's be real here, Oli got a lot of players in.
Oh yeah, Sam. I'll admit our starting 11 is Ollie's team. That is his team. That's not Mourinho's team anymore. Because about 9 out of the 11 players in the squad were the players that Ollie bought over 3 years. Same thing when Lampard was there in that full summer where he bought like 6 players. He changed half your team.
He bought in a youth as well.
So that's why I agree with Sam in the sense that I just want to finish my point real quick. Why I agree with you is that the board shouldn't have allowed some of these players to still be in the club. They should have found a way. Okay, we made a mistake. Yeah. How do we get this player? Alonso, I personally feel is a great player, cult hero, but I don't think he should be playing for Chelsea anymore. there's so many players like that. So in the sense, Tuchel for me should be out of the conversation because Tuchel doesn't even have his
if you're
own
gonna blame
it's not
squad.
Tuchel's
100%
It's
fault.
agree.
not.
No.
Yeah.
For me, if you're gonna
100%
blame
agree.
Marina, you have to blame a bit on Roman as well.
I mean,
You have a point. He appointed her.
Because
I think he gets a
no,
little bit too.
because
Ralph,
he
Ralph, Ralph.
he created the
Let me give you
culture
an
at the club
example,
where
right? Let's say you have a company. You have the owner of the company. He owns
yeah, you
the
have the
company,
CEO, yeah.
but has employed a board, has employed people to take care of the company's day-to-day, dealings. Marina is that person. She's the boss.
She's the
Abramovich is
CEO.
in
She's
Russia.
the CEO.
Yeah. Marina is a person on base in the headquarters making the decisions. Abramovich is in Russia. You know what I mean? So you can't blame Abramovich. All Abramovich
No.
has been doing is funding this club. Marina is responsible for instilling this culture.
But
She
do you know
sanctions
the
the
one thing
deals.
that Marina should
She's the one.
do, Sam? Do you know the one thing Marina should
Yeah.
do, which will get people like such as you off of her back? She won't get all this negative media and publicity about her. The one thing that she should do, ring round sporting directors and see who is available or who you can pick from another club, like a Luis Campos, like what Tottenham did where they went to Juventus and thought, let's test the waters with Paratici. Go and get a proper sporting director to run your
Marina will never
recruitment.
do that.
Yeah, I know she will
She will
never
never
do
do
that,
that.
but if she had
Yeah.
some brain cells and she actually wanted to get the recruitment right, because like we've already said, the players that you've bought over the last 3 years, bar maybe the odd few like a Havertz or whatever, that you've looked at for say 5 or 6 years, the likes of your Werners, your Ziyech's, your Lukaku's, have just been, they were a brilliant player at that club, right? Let's get him. Ziyech lit up in the Champions League with Ajax. Bang, let's get him. Werner, we don't want him to go to Liverpool, right? Competitive player, let's go get him. Lukaku, well, Haaland's out of the water. Harry Kane won't come. Oh, Lukaku, third best, let's go get him. Like, there's not enough planning into it. Whereas a proper sporting director will go down the routes and actually recruit the right sort of players or put forward the right sort of players. Because I'll tell you now, when you look at a proper sporting director, they would have not looked at Lukaku and thought, let's chuck 100 million at Lukaku. If you were going to go and chuck mega money at anybody, it would have been Erling Haaland. Name your price, whatever. If you want to go and spend over £100 million on a player, you go and get Haaland. If not, you go and get a £30 million 21, 22-year-old and you develop them into a system. And then 2-3 years down the line, the price tag increases by twice. So instead of buying them for 30 million, they'll be a £90 million player. And I think that's what Tuchel wants. He likes those sort of players that he can build into a system that he can develop. He's done it. He did it at Dortmund, where he had the young players. He had the likes of your Usman Dembélés, your Aubameyangs, built them into a system, and then developed them. Yeah, look at Aubameyang now, not exactly brilliant in Dembélé, but at the time, when they were at that youthful age, he got the best out of them. Yeah, he won the Pokal, and he pushed Bayern as far as he could at the time, but it's Bayern at the end of the day. What can you do? And this is the thing, where you get recruitment right.
The thing is, Lukaku. Let's just be real here. Lukaku for me is a fraud because it's still that Serie A right now that Tammy Abraham is lightening up. A lot of players are lightening up. There's Vlahovic. I don't think it's that easy. What he did for Inter, let's be real, they might win the league this year. Is it that impactful to it? So, like Lukaku for me, I need him to just F off from this club.
He's a liar.
You make a good point, Sam.
He's a liar as well.
Let him just F off, man.
Well, Sam, Inzaghi's already said that he don't want to take him back. He's already said that.
Of course he doesn't. They sold him for 100 million, stole 100 million from us, and got
Listen, Sam. You can offer him a cut by steel, 30 million. They won't buy. They will not buy at all.
Nah, man. Serious. Like, I personally feel he's the biggest problem of this team right now, and because I do feel that as a team. And that's one thing that made Chelsea win the Champions League. As a team, we're better without Lukaku. I've seen it. I've seen too much. The touch is just professional footballer with that kind of touch, that kind of first touch. It's disgraceful, actually.
But Sam, Tom made a good point before you commented on this. Tom said that Tuchel prefers players that he can mold, players that don't have egos, players that he can influence and sort of nurture into the players that are gonna, win titles for him. The thing with Lukaku is the first ego, the first real ego we have in this squad in a long time.
Yeah,
So Lukaku's
100%.
coming in, and he feels entitled, and you can see that friction between Tuchel and Lukaku, because Tuchel can't tell Lukaku he needs to do better, because Lukaku has an ego. Tuchel can't tell Lukaku you need to improve. You can't do that because Lukaku's like, hey, wait, I'm a proven striker. So it's a mess. Like the board should have consulted Tuchel and said, are you sure this is a player that you can work with and that this player is agreeable and one that you can mold in the type of player you want in the future? So Tom made a good point. I never thought about it that way. So yeah, it's and we can't get rid of him.
My issue
He's
with
on
that,
350K.
Sam, my issue with that
Can't
is
get rid of him.
when Lukaku came in, I back Lukaku because of his proven goal scorer and because of the amount of chances he created. You need someone that can just put the ball into the net. But now, after this interview, shenanigan and everything, hearing he wants to go back to Inter Milan. The report I'm hearing today is Lukaku wants to go back to Italy because he doesn't feel what he was promised today wasn't exactly what he's meeting right now. If that's the
Abdullah, you know
case,
what he was promised? He felt this guy, that interview, what really brought it out and why he was so emotional was because he was dropped for one game. Do you know what that means? Do you know the kind of ego you have to have for you to be dropped for one game
He has CR7
after being
ego with
injured,
his ability,
and you let everybody loose and just destroy everyone that actually. Nah, man, that guy needs to just F off. Seriously, he needs to
Sam,
he's
so
just
this guy, just because he signed with Rock Nation and is friends with Jay-Z, he thinks he's the biggest football in the world.
He really
Put
does.
this guy in his place, man. He does. He has this American accent. He thinks he's rocking. He thinks he's a rapper. Now he's signed with Rock Nation, man. He just thinks he's the best.
Like,
And yeah,
you know
it's
the thing, Tom. Sometimes I think Hazard could have had that at Chelsea, but and there are players that have that kind of power, but those players have also done a lot for that club.
he's very. Do you know what he is?
He hasn't done anything, and for him to feel that way is just
like
total disgrace.
to most
It's
footballers
funny
I know,
that someone
he's
can
very
feel that
different.
entitled.
He's very different with his personality compared to a lot of players. Like a lot of players, like they don't really act like American, and I don't know, man. It's just, I've never seen Messi or Ronaldo do that before. Never. It's
man,
I don't know. Man.
Lukaku's trying to act like he was raised in Compton, man. He's trying to act like he was raised. He was raised in the hood in Ghana.
He acts like he's a crip.
Lukaku's trying. Yeah, he's trying to walk. Yeah, he's just trying to be. He's trying to live that gangster vibe. It's cool, but it's like I can see how unauthentic it is. I can tell.
Nah, he really won't stop doing that.
This is my issue here. The thing is, such a love in time. Like, why did they leave in the first place?
You know the thing. I think Chelsea should just go and get West Ham's Mikel Antonio. I think we need another striker.
Do you know what we need to do?
Another striker.
Do you know what we need to do? We need to lower expectations. For me, I feel like we should get a
We just won the Champions League.
I know, but
what Raf is saying is
we have no choice. Look at our squad. Look at our squad. It's not.
We need to sell some. See, Alonso, one, get the fuck out. Lukaku, get out. Timo Werner, out. Ziyech, out. Pulisic, out.
No, don't say Pulisic out. No. That's overstretching it.
Wait, Sam. Are you back?
Unless you're trying to keep Pulisic for stress cells, I'm not hearing
it. Wait. Christian, which is his agent, is furious at the
No. If I personally feel if you say Pulisic out, then you need to say Cho out too.
No.
No. Chill. Pulisic is.
For me, Cho is it's different. It has so much
but I think he and Pulisic are on the same level.
No, Raul. That's sad. Pulisic is bad, bro. I don't know.
For me, there's so much context to add.
But Pulisic has a goal in him, which Cho doesn't have.
Yeah. No, but come on, we're not putting it all on.
No. And Pulisic has a big goal in him. There's a different. Pulisic is a big game player. If you look at his record, actually, he scores against big teams. Yeah. He scored in a semi-final against Madrid at home. Pulisic has for me, has enough chip to still be given that faith. That's why I personally feel if you say Pulisic out, Cho needs, because Cho for me hasn't done more for Chelsea than Pulisic has.
He hasn't, but there's
Sam, I
been
agree.
reasons why he hasn't, and it is
No,
injuries.
you can always do that, but come on, look at
Wait, Sam,
Pulisic's track record. He scored against Man City, Liverpool, Madrid. He scores
I
big
agree.
goals actually. Like, and we don't have that in that
Sam,
squad right now.
let me level with you. Okay, I agree, right? Pulisic, late 1920 and late 2021, he was really good. But like this year, Pulisic has just lost a lot, man. He can't dribble, he can't control the ball. He's struggling to make passes. I don't know what
No,
happened to Pulisic. Maybe
100%.
it's
He's
because of
not
the
in form
injuries, but
right now, but you know that happens to every
it's not
player.
only form, it's something bigger, man. Pulisic has never been this bad. I've never seen him struggle like this before.
Exactly.
Okay, let's look at
He's
this
at
year. Just real quick. This guy had COVID, injury, COVID. Like he's also like for me, this is just me personally. I think I've seen enough from Pulisic that you keep that kind of player.
I
You
agree.
keep that kind of player. That's just me personally, though.
uh,
I understand maybe someone wants him
fair
out,
enough.
but from what I've seen from him, 22 or 23, you keep a player like that.
I agree because
Honestly,
because because I believe
I'm just frustrated that we're talking
Sam, I
about
believe Pulisic
selling
can still get
players.
his form back. He can get his form back for me. It's a matter of when and how. But I have no issues with why I say Pulisic out is because it's not been this bad for a Belgian. It's not been this bad. I don't know.
100%. And I totally agree with what you're saying also is that if Pulisic is on form,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, it's a dangerous player though. But yeah, he
Exactly.
hasn't really
Because you
been.
need the Pulisic we saw against Liverpool in the second half, in the first half against Liverpool. Those goals, that is the Pulisic we want to see every day. Impact games. Because the reason because people are blaming Tuchel that Tuchel play Pulisic right wing, left wing, striker, right wing back, left wing back. And Tuchel keeps saying it. He needs a style of player in his team that will let him play the play and that will let him play players in their best position. Tuchel is being forced to play Lukaku as a number 9. That is where the problem is right now. Because if you have a different kind of style of player in your team where you can combine, link up plays, you'll be seeing Pulisic and Odoi playing better, making better decision making. Mount making better decision making. Those three of them are making poor decision making. Doesn't make any sense because we know how talented this player are in the team. But when they reach the final third, either they shoot when they don't even need to shoot, they pass when they don't even need to pass. Those are dumb decision making. They don't even need to make. And Tuchel is not telling them to make those decisions. It's them making that bad decision. It's not even Tuchel. So we have to we have to be context and logic about this. It's not Tuchel telling them to make decision. It's them making this dumb decision. Why is it happening? Because of the shenanigan going on with Lukaku, contract situation. This bullshit needs to stop. It needs to, man. Can we have a day as a Chelsea fan or a Chelsea club with that shenanigan in the club? Can we? Please. Can we just
But
No,
like,
can we just have a club
can we just talk
or as a
about
Chelsea football club without having the shenanigan in the club? What's going on?
Abdullah,
but
the
that's
thing too
we're
is
that
that
club.
sometimes that's how clubs are. You're dealing with different personalities and all that. But the main fact is that I personally feel some players need to leave. Tuchel needs his own squad.
Yeah,
I think that's what the board needs to actually be like on. Okay, we want to give you your best 12 players
we'll
or
join
13 players.
we'll judge you
That's
then.
the next step.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Wait,
Because
so
But
are
it's a
you
problem
guys ready
because
for a
we had a
whole
chance to rebuild.
clear out
I'm
in the
ready.
squad?
I'm
No,
ready.
So
guys,
are you ready
okay.
to?
You're
100%.
saying
I'm
clear out,
ready.
right?
Clear.
Okay,
You're saying clear out.
but then are you ready for your
No, it's
expectations
not a
clear out?
clear out. Let's not call it a clear out.
No,
Okay,
but bro,
let's
No,
list these
guys. It's not
players.
gonna happen.
One,
Kovacic is
Ziyech,
It's not
staying.
gonna happen.
Kovacic is
Ziyech.
staying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Thiago Silva, of course. I
Mm-hmm.
think there's some people that are untouchable. Mason Mount.
Mm-hmm.
I would put Cho and Pulisic in there. You have Chaloba. So it's not a total clear out, but
Mm-hmm.
there are players that
Ziyech,
obviously
I
need
don't
to
Ziyech,
see,
leave.
Timo
I
Werner,
don't see
Lukaku, Alonso
I don't
out,
see Havertz leaving either.
and Aspilicueta too
Yeah,
out.
Havertz also not.
Mhm.
So what
Okay,
about
guys.
Malang
We're
Sarr? What's
talking
up
about
with
a
that
clear
guy
out.
actually?
I feel like he's getting
Wait,
sold,
Sam,
man.
Sam,
I feel like he's just they got him
guys.
on a free and they want to sell him.
It's
Ralph,
decent. It's
Ralph.
decent. It's
Why
decent.
why are we talking about a clear out? When weren't we supposed to be rebuilding like 1920 when we had all that
I
money?
know, but
That's the
bro,
problem with this club.
this
It's
this
not gonna
this is my
happen.
problem. Tuchel, Tuchel overachieved with this squad, and other people think this squad is good, but it's not.
No, but Ralph, you can't blame them though. I totally get what you're saying, but you really can't blame someone who actually thinks a squad that
But
how many
Tuchel
games we
doesn't
went
think it because
undefeated,
I've heard
won
that Tuchel
two
wanted many
major
players,
trophies. It's
and he wanted.
understandable that you think that the squad is good. It's only hindsight now that really makes you
For
look at
me,
it and say, there
for
was
me
a purple
personally, it's not
patch.
hindsight. For me personally, it's not hindsight.
Oh,
I knew
if you
this
say
was
so, then I would say you're the special one, you're the different one. But most people, it
no,
was
but
like,
most.
okay, like the team is looking like, oh, the coach is getting the best out of the players. And that's why Marvelous said something. He said, we'll know this season if they overachieved or if this is their level.
For me,
And now it's showing that
Tuchel's
they
overachieved,
overachieved.
man, with this
Yeah.
squad, man.
Yeah.
For
It's
me,
only with
Tuchel's
time you can really see that, though.
Because Sam, it's my issue now is
And Abdullah, let's just put this here. Chelsea can still have a great season.
yeah.
I know the
yes,
league
but
is
we're not
all
winning the
the.
title.
Sam.
Chelsea can still
This
have a
is what
great
is
season.
scaring me. You know what is scaring me?
It's January.
You know what is scaring me? What is scaring me is if Chelsea win under UCL this year again, the club
Nah,
will
bro.
not sign. They will not sign the player to come.
Abdullah, if Chelsea win under UCL, I do not care what the club does. Just saying. Back to back. Are you serious?
Yeah, but that will just prove you're
my
a puppy.
fear.
But I want to win the title, man, as
that
well.
should not be your fear. That should be what you want. Okay.
No,
It's
Let's not get it twisted.
You know what? You know why it's my fear? My fear is because I want Tuchel to be back, but he will not be back because of that. That is my fear.
Abdullah, no, it doesn't need that. Abdullah, see, if Chelsea can win another Champions League this season, no, let's just leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Let's not look to. Football is about winning.
We don't want to win. We don't want to win. We don't want to win. I'm telling you right now. I hope Chelsea fail miserably.
Why?
And we rebuild.
Well,
we're rotten to the core. If we win, we're just incentivizing this behavior. So if Chelsea wins, the board is going to be like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay,
not.
No, but you know the thing, we need to not get it twisted because there are also clubs that have players that are on form. And I'll give you this club that has Harry Kane, that has Heung-min Son. They're all on form, scoring week in, week out. But you know what? This club also don't win trophies. So we need to balance it in the sense that, okay, I know Chelsea wants a star man. You want a Hazard. You want a Drogba. You want a Lampard that will literally carry a team sometimes to the league. But it has to be balanced, man, because you still also want a team that wins trophies, that finds a way to win, even if they're not playing well. That maybe they don't have the best striker in the league, but they have the best team. So there's a difference.
Are you not tired of sacking a manager, winning one trophy, going through a bad spell, sacking a manager?
No, but I personally feel Tuchel. Sam, I personally feel Tuchel has proven that he shouldn't be sacked. I think so because it's not. I think also the time of Abramovich sacking managers, the way he would do with Ancelotti after finishing second, it's past because the replacement is hard. Manchester United are showing you how hard it is to replace a manager. Look at Ralph Ragnick; they don't even really know who they'll get. It's not somewhere you really want to be, only if you have to be there, like maybe Everton. So
no, I'm saying
I don't think they'll do anything.
Football transitioning from the 2000s, mid 2010s. It's transitioning, right? You need a long-term plan. You need a coach who can work there for 5 years and build a team in his image. We're in a situation at Chelsea where we sack managers. We have players from 5 different eras, 5 different playing styles, trying to play
but
together.
We still win trophies.
Still win trophies, but it's not pleasurable. We
number one
won
rule,
our
though.
Champions League.
No, okay,
Is it really enjoyable? Is it really enjoyable?
It is because that's the goal. It's like a business also. Sometimes your business model, you might be like, oh no, I want this to be like this. It has to look like, it has to feel like. But sometimes that business model is not what gets you the money. Sometimes it might be just some basic thing of, you know what, if a manager doesn't do well, I sack him. And it actually gets you the money.
But Sam, don't you want to be like Man City?
Something is confusing me. And what is confusing me is I've looked at the signing we signed this season. And I would say I think People need to correct me if I'm wrong in this. I don't think Romelu Lukaku is Thomas Tuchel signing. It is the boss signing for me, and that is what's scaring me.
Yeah, you have a point. You have a big
Because
point there too.
if it is, see, this is what I know. I've watched Tuchel last season and this season. See, I may not know him that much, but I've seen something I love about Tuchel. His aggressiveness and his decision making. Because if it is players that Tuchel like, if he doesn't play, it will kick you out of the team. That is Tuchel for you. That aggressiveness I've not seen this season. And because Lukaku is coming to the team now with more ego, more personality now, it's hindering Tuchel in making a certain decision he does. Is hindering Tuchel to make the decision he doesn't want to make. That's a decision that I'm like, Tuchel, just make it. It will pay off. If you have to put Lukaku on the bench and win games, put it on. Tell the board, give me a proven number 9. I can win with these people without Lukaku. Prove it to them.
Sell him, Abdullah. Lukaku needs to leave this club this summer.
It's simple.
Let
Sell him
him go.
out. I'm seeing a report now from the Italian media that Lukaku wants to go back to Italy.
Let him go.
Yeah, you know.
Let him go.
Do you know
Let him
who
go.
Lukaku doesn't press? You know how all the media were on Ronaldo's back, even though he's like 37, pushing 40, he doesn't press. Lukaku doesn't press.
Lukaku is the worst when it comes to pressing. He's horrible at it, and that's why I personally don't think Werner was a bad signing last season. I think the pressing part of Werner was very important. The fluidity with Mount and no. I'm not saying it's a great. I think he made us a better team. You can argue that.
No, it was Havertz that made us a better team.
No. Because
but
you know
Ralph,
why
I
you
agree
can't
with
say it
that.
was Havertz.
100%.
Havertz didn't play as many games to make us a better team. If you count the games Havertz played for that
Yeah, but
Champions League. No.
what
Let me
happened
stop
was-
you there. You cannot say Havertz because he scored in the final made us a better team.
No, but
He
there
didn't
was
play
games-
that significant.
No,
That
but
was his first goal
Do you
in that
remember at
competition
Real Madrid,
for a reason.
a home game, Havertz was all over them. It's because he didn't get a
And
goal.
who
in that
scored
game.
in that game?
Bro, it was a
Who scored
header
in that game? No.
bro,
If we're going to talk about that game, who scored?
bro. Listen, that was all Havertz.
There's a reason you don't want to say the person's name.
Bro,
That's just all I'll say. There's a reason you don't want to say his name.
I have the biggest
No,
agenda.
but I know.
I have
I
the
get
biggest
it.
agenda against
I
him.
know. I get
genuinely do not like the
You
guy.
know what I like?
I'd admit
The fact is that you're honest with your agenda, which is good. So,
when I
yeah.
tell you, I hate this guy. He's the worst footballer ever. Honestly.
No. This is why I say I think he made Chelsea a better team last season.
Yeah, okay, that's
Just-
fair enough.
yes,
I can
yes.
see why. I can see why, because he presses
And also he played a load of games, so he had to have an impact. He played almost every
he gets
game.
into space. But
Yes,
for me, when
he
he's
did
on the
his
ball,
job. You
his
understand?
footballing ability.
This is
And
guys. This is what
this is my
Gianfranco
problem.
Zola said before buying Lukaku. He said Lukaku last summer Chelsea had an extraordinary season, but the focus was always on the fact that they lack a goal scorer. They often created chances, and in some games they were unlucky. Lukaku coming to fill that gap, but I like Chelsea the way they were. Timo Werner did a dirty job for everyone else, and the reason they won the Champions League is because he put others in a position to do well. I'm curious to see what Lukaku does, but I like the way Chelsea are right now.
A lot of people said that. Even this guy said Zola. Zola was really big on Werner and saying that
This is what
a lot
Zola
of people don't see what he does. Is that, and Zola is someone who I personally feel has a very good football knowledge. I don't think
For me, he should be at the club. He should be in the board. Man.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know why he's not. He hasn't got a board role. He was Maurizio Sarri's assistant. But why did we give him a
See, you know the thing, Ralph. Werner in this Chelsea squad. I personally don't think he should start week in, week out. But I'll tell you, the only players I feel should start week in, week out are Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Mendy, Kante,
and that's it.
That's it.
And I'm not even saying Mount, because you see Mount. This guy has fraud. He has been poor. I don't know how people haven't realized he's been poor all season, and the goals have been covering him.
Yeah, the goals have been covering him. And you know the thing, Ralph, I think this was the problem a lot of people also had with Mount, is that they said he runs around but doesn't score. Now he's scoring, but maybe doesn't do all those running around now. So Mount is growing, he's developing. I think people should just be calm with him. I'm not too harsh on him, but this season,
for me,
he can do better.
I don't really.
But he's also not having a bad season. I can't say Mount is having a bad season because he's scoring goals.
He's just been poor. That's it.
Performance-wise, he's not been the best, but he's actually stats-wise.
Yeah, he's
because
getting better.
Scoring goals,
well, because what
assisting,
I want to
he's been
avoid is
good.
I want to avoid these player egos, player making a decision for manager, like player power in the team. We've seen it happen a lot in club, especially Chelsea, and I want us to avoid it because Lukaku coming
No,
out.
Abdullahi, this is the
That's why you
problem
get young
though.
players, man.
Abdullahi, just real quick with this player power. I personally feel player power, for you to be that kind of player, you have to have stocks.
Exactly. You have to be Messi. You have to be
You have to
Neymar.
be let's
You
not
have
even
to be
go there.
Ronaldo.
No, let's not even go there. You have to be a Terry at Chelsea. You have to be a Drogba at Chelsea. You have to be a Lampard at Chelsea. And you have to be a Czech, meaning you have done stuff for the club to actually warrant you. You have to be a Hazard. You've actually put your blood, sweat into that club and have won trophies for them.
But
And you've
Sam,
proven
according
that
to the
you're a
report I
winner.
read, according to the
Lukaku
report,
is not, no, Abdullah,
Mhm.
Lukaku is not that.
It's
And the
not.
fact that he feels he can do that power player just because he scored 30 goals at Inter, he feels he can come to Chelsea and start telling people when he should play or not. Nah, man, that guy should get out. He
Do
should
you know
just
what
F out.
pains me about Lukaku as well? The fact he's got more Premier League goals than Drogba. But Drogba, we all know he's a better player. We know he's a better player. He was a better player in his prime. Like, I was
Man,
watching
Lukaku
videos
for
of
me.
Drogba today.
Maybe he should go back to Everton. Anyway, just leave.
Roberto Martinez is coming to Everton. Maybe you should join him. Everton have sacked Benitez. They're going for Roberto Martinez, so it could go for Romelu Lukaku. That's fine with me.
That's a good. Even Barkley too. Just ship the both of them there.
That's good. I like that. Sell some players because some players are on high wages in club. I want them to sell
Do,
out. Just sell
do
them
you
out.
think they're planning right now on selling players?
Yes, I think they are.
Nope.
Do you think they have a plan for the summer?
Ralph,
Let me
can
tell
I
you the
answer
reason.
your question?
Let me tell you the reason.
Okay, I'll go after
I
that.
think they have a plan of selling players, but it's difficult to chip them out. And I'll tell you the reason. I think the board understand that these players are not good enough to compete for the Premier League title, and they know. And I think there's a conversation between Gunnarsky and Tuchel every day, right, about what kind of player does he want, what kind of player, what profile of player does he want to improve the squad. And I think Tuchel has been telling them, I want these certain players, these so players are this because I'm hearing Tuchel said it. I want Dembele. They're gonna go for Ousmane Dembele in summer. I am that I'm very sure of, because that is Tuchel signing.
I hope we do, and I hope we go for Doku as well.
Exactly. So if you go for Ousmane Dembele, that is number one Tuchel signing. So we need more signing. And before we can get that, we need to sell players first. Once we sell player, clear out. Once we clear out, we'll be able to kind of buy player. Player like Alonso needs to go. He only has 1 year in his contract. Go. Aspicata wants to go. Let him go.
For me,
Allow him.
Aspi needs to go, man. He's
So
washed, man.
if Aspi, Christensen, Alonso go, those are wages off the book. Go. Simovena, Akim Ziyech, go. Those wages are cut off the book. Now we have players to bring it. We can bring players in like Dembele.
Abilayi, we can use the youth players as well, like Conor Gallagher. Look at him performing.
Exactly. It's not that he's going to play every time, but at least let him feel among the team. Let him play.
For me, we can't keep. Obviously, I don't want to turn our club into project youth, but the youth players can do a job, man. They can fill in. We don't have to always buy all the time. Look at Mason Mount. Look at Cho. Look at Christensen. Bro, even the centre back situation, we've got Levi Colwell. I don't know if you've watched him, but we've got him.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm just.
For me, I've set my expectations back, man. I don't have high expectations for the next 2 years, man.
Ralph, listen.
That's my honest opinion.
Here's my issue, and here's why I think it's not going to change for a while. So we had our transfer ban, right? We sold a bunch of players. We sold Hazard, and okay, now we have a squad that we can rebuild. We have money coming in the 2020 before the 2020-21 season. Fair enough. This is Chelsea's chance to rebuild the team, bring players that will last us 10 years. So that was our chance. We spent it on Werner. We spent the money on Ziyech. We spent the money on Havertz, Mendy, Chilwell, Thiago Silva. Okay, chapeau. Only Mendy, Thiago Silva were successful. Chilwell, marginally successful, but I'll say it was successful.
No, Chilwell's definitely successful.
Everyone
Havertz was
else
only
was a
successful
flop.
because of the Champions League, but let's be real.
Havertz is not a success yet. Havertz is worrying me. But here's the problem. All these players, we brought them on big wages. Chilwell 200K, Havertz close to 200K. Timo
Werner's
Werner was like
270K.
for Havertz.
No, Werner.
Werner 270. Okay, 270. Lukaku 350. All that you have Marcos Alonso, who nobody wants to sign. You have all this deadwood in this squad. Barkley even. So I'm like, okay, but can we really move these players on? Timo Werner has still got 3 years left on his contract after this year because he signed 5 years. 270K. Who's gonna pay 270K for Timo Werner? Who?
Bayern Munich.
No, never. Bayern Munich wouldn't even pay Alphonso Davies 270K. They're not even gonna pay Nabry. They're not even gonna pay Coleman 270K. How? No.
I
So
don't know
my thing
why
is like,
Chelsea put stupid wages on Timo Werner,
yep.
man. He's
So now
rubbish.
you're stuck with Werner 270K. Nobody's gonna pay that. Forget about the transfer fee. 270K is impossible. Lukaku 350K. Okay. So these are issues. How are we gonna solve them? Ziyech is on 150. Pulisic is on 150, 180, something like that. So all these surplus to requirement players on high wages. Chelsea were supposed to rebuild a year ago, 2 years ago. And our one chance to change the fortunes of this club, we screwed it up. So we're stuck with this core for a while. 5
I
years
don't think
at
we
least.
are.
Just watch.
I feel like it'll be easier. I feel like there's clubs like Newcastle that have got their new.
No, Werner's not.
No,
Don't
I
get.
know, but
Don't. No, Werner's
let's be
not going to
honest. There'll
Newcastle.
be a lot of money. There'll be a lot of money in the market. There'll be a lot of
No.
opportunities in the market. So trust me, I reckon there'll be a lot of people.
Don't be delusional, bro. Newcastle are not going to pay
I'm hearing
and
PSG
Werner's
want to
not
buy
willing to go there.
PSG want to buy a striker of an Edinson Cavani involvement in the team because they said if Mbappe goes, they need a striker that can have a production of goals like Mbappe. If like Mbappe leave now, so because Neymar, Messi, they can create chances, but they need a province number 9. So I think if Lukaku goes there, Lukaku will not have an issue because he can't score the goals required for him to score those. Or what you have to just do is doesn't even have anything. Just create that chance for him, he will score those goals. I think if he goes to PSG for me, he will be okay with going to PSG. He will be fine there.
Why would PSG spend on Lukaku when Haaland is on the market?
They can't buy Haaland because Haaland doesn't want to go to PSG.
Who
Because
said
he wants
that?
to win the UCL and they can't win the UCL in PSG. That's a fact.
That's not true. PSG have Messi, Neymar. Of course, the PSG can win a UCL.
But by that time, Messi will be like 35. I think
Because
he's 35 already.
Haaland is interested in the move to Barcelona. Can Barcelona win a UCL?
I don't think so. It's interesting.
No.
If Barcelona can do the deal, that's what many of us
Abdullah, don't be delusional. Lukaku is staying at this club for
I know.
at least another 2 years.
I know. We're stuck already. We fucked
We're
up already.
stuck. We're stuck.
We are fucked up
The,
already.
the
I
only
know.
thing Chelsea can do, get Rafinha, get Dembele, get Koundé, try to do something, man. I don't know.
Guys,
Tremendous, yeah, but it's
get
gonna
more
be hard.
creativity into this team. That's what we need. If we can get more creativity into this team, then let's see. Because I won't lie to you guys. I don't trust Lukaku. It's getting to the stage that I don't even have this trust in him anymore. So for that not to happen, for that to have start putting that around the bush, I don't have the time for it right now. If it doesn't perform, just get him out of the club. Just sell him. That's what I can see.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. That's the problem. It's like we spent 300 million since that 2021 summer transfer window. So 2020 summer transfer window. So this is it's a point of no return. You know.
Can I just say something? You know United, yeah. I think they're trying to buy a DM from Bundesliga, man. Jesus Christ.
Zakaria?
No, it was Amadou Haidara.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, okay.
He plays for
Who's that?
Is it Mali?
No, he plays for Mali and RB Leipzig, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
I would not go to a Bundesliga to buy a DM, man.
Dude, if Chelsea buy one more player from the Bundesliga, I'm gonna do a Magpie studio and I'm gonna start supporting Newcastle, bro. I can't. No.
Just relax. Just easy, relax.
Wait. So do you guys think? Wait. So obviously Coutinho. Let's talk about
Mhm.
that. Coutinho.
Yeah, he's going to Aston Villa.
He performs at Aston Villa, and then that gave me an idea. Eden Hazard, romance. Why not?
I
If
don't see it.
Coutinho can come back, Coutinho can come back and do that. Why not Eden Hazard?
Do
Maybe
you know
I'm
what's
being
the
naive.
difference? Do you know what the difference is?
Yeah.
Hazard will get kicked and kicked. I feel like Hazard's physically and mentally done, man. I feel like mentally he's done.
Mm.
Physically, he's probably got 1 year left in him, man.
I think it's all for me. I think it's all about mentality, though. If Hazard can recreate that mentality we've seen in him because he's 31, he can still offer us like 2 seasons more. Because all we need is someone that can galvanize us to win the Premier
Nah,
League title.
trust me. You know this World Cup that's coming up. I think it's his last World Cup.
I agree. I do.
But he's fit. For me, I like Hazard, but I think he's fit. I want Doku, man. I want a dribbler in our team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
Do-
Dembele. I like
Doku is
Dembele.
not really a dribbler, man. Doku is more like a Sterling. He plays very
Bro,
similar to Sterling.
he can dribble really well, man.
Yeah, I mean Doku's good, man. It's just Doku against like high lines. Doku would be dangerous. Like if you could help the kid grow, Doku's good. But no, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying like if you could get. So the problem with Chelsea is we can't really sign anyone without selling anyone. If we can
Yeah.
sell,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
who wants our players? That's the problem. You know.
You don't know.
I don't know why they're
And the
not
player we
trying to
have,
sell Bar.
all of them have expired. That's
Do
what
you
the
know what I'm
problem
happy
is.
though? Danny Drinkwater, so I won't be at the club anymore because his contract's
Yeah,
running
Wow.
yeah.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, next year too, Jorginho's contract's running out. A lot of players. Jorginho, who else?
Yeah, next
Alonso.
year, man. Kante, Jorginho. That's why I think they're trying to get Tchouaméni, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we
And
gotta keep Kante though. Kante just
Abubakar
gotta
Kamara.
stay, you know.
And Abubakar
Kante
Kamara.
just gotta stay. Yeah.
For me,
Kante just for the big
they
games.
they need to keep senior players in the midfield because do you know what we did with Bakayoko? Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
sold Matic and we
Hmm.
made Bakayoko. That we put Bakayoko straight in, man, and we didn't like
Preach.
ease him in. We should be easing in Tchouaméni and if we get Kamara, it'll be easier for them. We can't just push them in. It's just
Mm-hmm.
unfair on them, and then people will call them flops. Too much pressure on them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should
Right.
have done with our young players. But for
I
me,
agree.
this team, yeah, they rely
Mm-hmm.
too much on their young players.
Yeah.
The senior
Energy.
players don't step up.
The problem is like all these players that we're saying need to leave. Like, can we agree that Jorginho needs to leave this club? Can we
Yes.
I
agree?
don't think Jorginho needs to leave,
No,
but
no. He needs to leave for me.
I
I'm
don't think
sorry.
Jorginho is a problem. Do you know
He's
what I
on
mean? I don't think
200K. He needs to leave. He needs to leave.
bro. He's not a
Guys,
problem.
according to Leon Tommy, you guys know Leon Tommy, he works with the Athletic. He's a very good Chelsea reporter. He said Thomas Tuchel wanted a point of reference striker and a reliable goal scorer. And Haaland was the original target, and Chelsea had to try to get him. However, Romelu Lukaku was the only available target in number 9 in the market, and Tuchel was happy to get him. That's where the problem is. Apart from
No,
Haaland,
we
no
don't need goal
reliable
scorers. We don't need goal scorers at all. We don't need them. We
we
need
need goal scorer. You know why?
creators.
Because
No, we
the reason
don't.
we
We
need
don't.
the reason we need goal scorer is yes, Albert is doing so many stuff in the team, but within the goal scorer in some certain stages we need the goal scorer in the big matches where our young players can become flop. When that goal scorer will just come in. See, I don't get Alan that much in terms of I'm not saying his ability, but his goal scoring, I rate him very highly. But my fear with Alan is in Chelsea team, we don't have a creative player. Even if Alan comes in, he will struggle. But I think what will help Alan more is because of his ability to run into spaces, his physicality, and his intelligence and his mentality. That will help Alan a lot because Haaland doesn't settle for mediocrity. He doesn't settle for bullshit. So if you create for Haaland, he will score you those goals. Because yeah, people may say Haaland had this Lukaku's touch, but Haaland is a football player and he's still young. So you always want to
No,
improve.
Abdullah, no, I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to take that chance. We need, instead of spending big money on a big
Haaland.
cumbersome striker,
Maybe
No, I think
out of Vlahovic.
No. We don't need strikers. We have no choice but to stay with Lukaku. We made the investment. He's on those wages for 5 years, so we have to take our L and try and maximize Lukaku at least 15 goals a season, at least.
I can't guarantee you will give us those goals in season because his
He
mentality
can, he
is.
can. Like no, Lukaku can. It's just he needs the right players around him. He's just been
He's
disappointing.
been
If
saying this
Tuchel
for a
can
very
change
long
his
time. He needs the
system,
right player around. What is it? Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I noticed this in Chelsea. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Whenever Lukaku play, player like Pulisic, player like ZH, player like Mount, player like Odoi, player like Jorginho, player like Kovacic, they don't pass to Lukaku that much, unlike where Kai Havertz play. Because if Kai Havertz play, that's when you see Akim Ziyech crossing, you see Pulisic passing, you see Odoi making runs, you see him linking up play. I've never seen
yeah,
Odoi link up play with Lukaku. Something is going on with this Chelsea team that it's all about mentality. Because when Lukaku is there, they don't cross the ball. All what they do is from goalkeeper Edouard Mendy to Lukaku back to Mendy. That's it. It's game over. But if Kai Havertz play, Chelsea doesn't do that. Chelsea actually play good football. They actually play football.
Yeah,
my
but
thing is like
that's
instead
because
of
by
spending
nature.
another 70 million on one player, I'm saying spend 45, 50 on like a Rafinha, Dembele for free, Chouameni like 40, 50,
Yeah.
Kunde 40, 50. You spend 150 million, now you have four players.
Do you know we're not gonna
All are
be able to
young.
do all of that. We're not gonna
Exactly,
be
yeah,
able to do all
100%.
of that in one. I feel like, do you know what? Like I've been saying it all stream. I'm lowering my expectations, man. If
No,
the
no,
board come out and say to us, we've got a long term plan. We're gonna get players out. We're gonna bring players in season by season, and we're gonna back Tuchel towards the
I will
team
be
he
happy.
wants.
If they do
I will
that,
back it,
I'm
and
down.
I will lower my expectations, and I will expect us to compete in the cups. For this
You know,
season, I want us to compete in the cups. I want us to win the League Cup. I want us to win the Club World Cup. But for
but
me, if we don't,
Ralph, here's my
imagine,
problem. Here's my problem.
imagine, I want to see. Imagine if we don't win any trophy. What would that
It's
look like
okay.
on Lukaku?
Yeah, it's not gonna look good.
Bro,
But listen, Ralph, listen. My thing is like people have said this on the TL as well. Tuchel is notorious for being a coach who's extremely versatile. So the fact that Tuchel can only play a three at the back system,
No,
even
he plays
after
back for.
six
He
months.
has been playing back for this season.
No. But that's against Tottenham when it's non-consequential. I mean, like when he has to make changes, and we know the system's
He
not
does no.
working. So
Apart from Tottenham, he's been making changes recently a
no,
lot
no,
because
no, no. I'm not blaming Tuchel. Just listen. The fact that
okay.
Tuchel has been reluctant to make a back four change, like a big change, and abandon the back three, even against small teams, that's a big indictment on the quality of the squad. Huge. Like Tuchel is literally telling the board, this squad is trash. I can't rearrange things. So my thing is like, look, if the board apologize and the board say, look, we want to back Tuchel, we're gonna give him a new long-term contract. We're gonna build just like they did with Pep, just like Klopp did with Liverpool. I'm down for that. But
and
right now,
I don't want
it's
to say this, but like what Arsenal are doing with Arteta. I know
exactly like
Arteta's
Arsenal.
trash,
Look
but
at Arsenal. Yeah,
they're
yeah.
improving, man. Look at the young players they've got. I think they'll get top four. I don't
Oh
want them
yeah.
to, but I think they will, man.
Who
Look at
plays
their
better
striker.
football, Arsenal or Chelsea? Let's be honest. Arsenal
Probably
by a
Arsenal
long
because they've
shot.
got the right profiles in every position.
Exactly. That's my thing. So
They just
here's
need
what the
to add
club needs to
quality.
do:
They just need to
take it
add
out on
quality.
Lukaku, take it out on Werner, sell Ziyech, sell Pulisic,
Look at the young
buy
striker
wingers.
we're linked with. I
Who's
sent it
that?
to their football content. It's French, man. And this is
Uh, oh, I saw it, man. He plays for Reims, right?
bro.
Yeah, no.
This guy looks like Greenwood, man. This guy plays like Greenwood, and
I've
everyone
seen him. His name is Ugo.
everyone knows how much I rate Greenwood, man.
How old is he? How
Greenwood's
old is he? How old is he?
19.
He's 19.
19.
19.
For
Oh,
me,
yeah, now you're
if
talking.
if
He
if
plays for.
Chelsea want to
Why does he play for the French league? What does he play for?
Reims.
if Chelsea want to build something, build it around him, man.
Oh, someone that doesn't have a name. Oh,
Yeah, this is what we should do.
so that's too
But
because
but
one of
this,
them is
this is
someone
my
that.
problem. This is my problem. Are we going to sell Broja to get this guy.
No.
Because I've been
Broja doesn't
hearing
want to stay at Chelsea. Broja wants to leave.
apparently, but Broja's a Chelsea fan.
Mhm.
I don't blame Broja. No, it's not even about being a fan. Broja has a family to take care of in the future. Broja is like,
I
I'm
wonder
gonna come
what they're
to
gonna do
Chelsea.
because apparently the Southampton director is gonna meet with Marina.
Mhm.
So
No, I think Marina is gonna make them buy him for like 30 million or
No,
35.
buy
Something
with
like that.
there's gonna be an option of refuser, so it's difficult. You have to wait and see though,
bro,
because if
imagine
Marina
if they
gonna
sell.
sanction Broja,
I don't want to sell
then
Broja though, but it's okay if we sell
I
him.
don't
Like,
want
let's
to,
be
yeah,
honest. If
but
he comes to Chelsea, he's not gonna play because the board is gonna put pressure to play Lukaku. Yeah, so for me, I'm just saying
Chelsea
sell
are
one of our
stupid.
midfielders, bring Gallagher in, bring Tchouaméni in, bring Koundé in, Dembele or Rafinha, and
Bring
we're
Levi
set.
Colwell in.
Wait,
Bring
how good is Levi Colwell? Is he a center back?
left-footed centre back.
Interesting. Obviously, I don't really rate him. I won't lie to you. I haven't watched any highlights or anything like that. But if he's good, let's try him out preseason. You know,
Mhm.
you might get a Trevor Chalobah.
For me,
You never know.
I just want a young, not like a young team, but a team that will back the manager, compete. Not these players like Lukaku who we know what they're like. I just don't want him. I'm
No,
just
no, no.
tired of these
We
guys.
need a team that functions and is Tuchel's image. Not five, like Chelsea are literally like a mosaic right now. Like we have one broken piece from Mourinho, one broken piece from Conte, from Sarri, from Lampard, from Tuchel. It's a mess. We just need to like
My
hit the
hope,
restart button.
my
You know?
hope is if they do sack Tuchel, everyone's gonna turn on the board. I feel like the Lampard era.
Mhm.
First, gonna be 10 times worse.
Yeah, no. If they sack Tuchel, I'm turning on the board.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
for
I
sure.
love Abramovich. I love Abramovich. But if
But
they sack Tuchel, I'm turning on the
everyone's
board.
turning on him, man. What? And
Yeah.
I'm grateful for everything, but bro, if you continue down this route of sacking managers for not winning a
Ralph,
trophy,
the
for
crazy thing is Tuchel's contract is actually going to expire in June.
No, not this June 2024.
Oh,
yeah,
he
they extended it,
extended.
didn't they?
Yeah, he extended it. Yeah,
Why didn't I
Yeah,
hear about this? They did. Okay,
Champions League
interesting.
after the Champions League
after
final.
the Champions League
But
2024.
they never said anything about it. Like it
They said
wasn't
it. They
like,
said it. It's
Yeah,
on
they
social.
posted it. It was like
oh
a picture
wow,
of him and Marina.
Yeah, Marina.
damn, that's good. Okay, so I mean that's a statement. That means the club is backing him. That's
Also,
good.
I'm never listening to Matt Law. By the way, this guy
Me too.
said that that Roman Abramovich wants to build a dynasty with
Lampard.
Tuchel. I don't believe it, man. Look at the
No,
players he
he
gave
does.
him. Look at the players he gave him, though. Saul, Lukaku.
Wait, chill, Ralph, chill. There's the thing. Tuchel is any club wants Tuchel as their manager. Like think about even City. After Pep leaves, City are going to be looking at Tuchel. Nagelsmann is at Bayern
If
Munich,
we
that kind of
sack
thing.
him,
So Roman is going to fix up. It's Roman's going to fix up. Tuchel is a hot property. Tuchel, we've seen this guy as a genius. So my thing is like, okay, you're right, Ralph. We have 2 seasons. We have like 7 players on expiring deals, 7 first-team players on expiring deals. We maybe sign 2 or 3 of them, and whatever is left over, we have. It's imperative we get it right. And if we don't get it right this time, we're gonna suffer for another 5 years. We're gonna suffer. So, actually, we should actually pull up the players who are expiring, because
what transfer market?
yeah. Abdullah, can you pull it up?
What do you want to pull out?
Transfer market for
Players
Chelsea.
expiring transfer market.
Transfer
Yeah.
market, France,
For this
market
year and for next year.
for Chelsea. In what summer? Summer 2022.
Start with Start with this summer, and then
22.
we go to 2023.
So it's gonna be 2021. It's gonna be 2021, 2022 then, right?
Yeah.
Just check who's on loan and check who's like expiring. Just put up all the players that
Okay, let me
are like with us at the moment.
Yeah.
But even if they're on loan,
Okay, hold on. Let me share it out. Let me share the stuff out, so you guys can
Because
see
the
who's
only way we
playing.
can do things is like for like replacements. One
So
player Replace him with better
Is
players.
it Transfer Market or Sky Sport Report? Which one?
Transfer market.
Okay.
Transfer market is good for these
The
guys.
German transfer market thing.
Transfer market, yeah, transfer market.
It's crazy how some agents actually go on there, you know. Like some clubs actually go on the transfer market. They don't even have their own systems. That's what I've been hearing. And some clubs, they go on, Football Manager.
Yeah.
They use Football Manager.
Yeah, they do. Football Manager is actually, it has a really good database, man. Like the amount of data in Football Manager. But then again, Football Manager will tell you Lukaku is a top 3 striker in the world. If you look at his stats, like his stats are crazy. He's not.
Jalova, Panic, Van Kinkel, Drinkwater, South Babaramon,
Oh,
Martinez, Danny
that is good.
Drinkwater, Moses, Kennedy, Zapacosta, Malangsa, Bedegilmo, Bakayoko, Fikayo Tamori, Martin Beditani, Salam Negros, and Romelu Lukaku.
What is this? Wait, what is this? Oh no, this
Okay,
is
so
this
let me
live.
look at their contract expiring, right?
Yeah, expiring deals.
So Trevor Chalobah contract, okay, Pantic ends in this year. So Pantic may leave end of the year. He's on Van Kirkel is on loan right now at Eredivisie. His contract already ended already. Maybe it's been sold out already. So the Canadian quarter contract ends this year by May. So he's ready to go by May. His contract ends by May. He's playing for championship already. So Coventry, Jal Sota, his contract ending this year too. This is 2022. So his contract ended in May. So Abdurrahman Baba, his contract is Baba Ramon. Look at it here. His contract has already ended already. So he might get Sotopo permanently. So left
No,
back.
that means he's definitely gone. I don't.
Wait,
No,
I'll
it's gone already. It's gone.
I'll
Sorry,
send you a
it's
link.
gone
I'll send
already.
you a link this way.
No. Sorry, his contract. No, this is it. His contract ended in May 31, 2022. It's gonna end in 2032. His contract is ending. Can you guys see it?
Abdullah,
Baba Ramon.
use this link. I sent you a link.
Okay.
It's
Send me that.
it's a lot easier to see.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me take this out. I'm good. The one you sent to me. Okay. Chelsea. Oh, okay. I've seen it.
So those are the players.
Okay, I've seen it. I don't know how people call Tuchel a defensive man. I don't think he's a defensive manager though. I don't think so.
He's just forced to play defensive. He's
Yeah,
forced.
do you know what he does? And I don't want to back our attackers because the attackers are criminals, yeah. But he facilitates for our defenders, man, because they're not good.
So Rudiger contract ends June. Saul Niguez June. Andres Christensen June. Aspicota June. Charlie Musonda June. Oh Lord in heaven.
Everyone there should leave except for Rudiger.
Look, I don't really want to keep Rudiger, but I want to keep him for this reason. So we don't spend all the money on defenders.
Exactly. I just want one defender. Just one.
I just want one defender, and then we bring in Levi Colwill, and then we keep Rudiger. I don't want to spend because if Rudiger leaves, all that money goes to the defense. And we have no money for the midfield or the attack.
Nope. It's 1 more year of suffering.
Exactly. So please, Marino, just give him money, man. Just give him a 4-year contract.
But yeah, so this is a good opportunity for us to revamp the defense. But we also need we need a right wing back.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah, man, just call it fullback, man. I don't like it when people call it
fullback.
I hate bring it back, man.
I call wing back. So you need on both flanks. You need replacements. I mean, Chelsea's a mess. Like we're arguing with Lyon, we're our own player. Imagine, like Emerson is our player, but we're out here arguing. Yeah, this club's in a mess, man. Yeah, with 2020, I can't wait till Werner's contract expires, man. I can't.
What are you talking about, Werner?
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, that guy's the antichrist, man.
Yo, bro.
Everyone, HH knows how much I hate Werner, man. This guy is the worst player.
It's bad.
And do you know what? I don't actually hate Werner personally, like his personality.
He's a good guy. He's just not a good player.
For me, do you know what makes him work? The thing that makes me is his stance, bro. Like his Timo Werner fanboys, yeah. Seriously, you must be trolling if you think he's a good player. This is my honest opinion. You must be trolling if you think Timo Werner is a good player.
You can't get over the fanboy because we all know
Bro,
that.
I will understand anyone else in our squad. If you have stands, they have stands, and they say he's a good player. Okay, I will understand. But Werner and Marcus Alonso are the two players that, if you stand them, I genuinely think you're a troll, bro.
Because see, I understand because Marina is trying her best to kind of to sell player, but the is not coming to fruition. That's where the problem is because we may blame her as much as we want to blame her, but I think she's trying her best to offload some players into the squad so we can be able to bring in players in.
All I know is she's got a big summer ahead of her, man. She needs to, big. And Petr Cech needs to help her decide on which players to bring in.
Yeah. She need a big summer. We need not even the board, everybody associated to Chelsea. We need a big summer. We have the money to spend. We can spend the money. Because when Pep Guardiola came in, Bakary Sagna, Guy Clichy, Joe Hart get sold. He said, I don't want them in my player. The style of player I want to play doesn't fit them. I want them out. And the board sold them. The board, even Samir Nasri left. So those are players that have been there. The only players that are there remain was Silva, Vincent Kompany, and Sergio Kun Aguero. Those are three players that remained in what? Those are the three players that remained in Manchester City. The rest was Pep Guardiola signing.
I mean, I just don't feel like Tuchel's going to get back. As much as we say this, like you mentioned the fact that Pep was able to say, "Oh, these players leave." Pep spent like 100 million on fullbacks, right? I don't know if Chelsea's going to let Tuchel do that kind of thing, man. I just feel as long as Marina is there, it's just going to be rotten. It's going to be rotten. Hopefully, we get lucky, but yeah. But Liverpool have been extremely lucky. Like those guys have barely any money, but whenever they sign players, it's always just a hit. Like you got Mane, Robertson, Salah. Why not for Chelsea? Why not one of them? You know. But yeah.
We all know we can't win the league. Now we just have to focus. That's it.
Lukaku really ruined the vibes for this season. I was looking forward to this season. I don't know why, but Lukaku ruined the vibes. Saul Niguez ruined the vibes.
African niggas, right? African niggas. Shout out to his daughter.
Bro, I'm tired of these guys. They need to get out, man. Once these guys get out, we'll...
Yo, but guys, I've been supporting Chelsea all my life, and I'm tired.
I'm tired, man.
I feel like
I can't believe we haven't won a title, man. Like
jumping ship.
It's been so long. The Champions League was nice, but I want the Premier League.
No, but I just want consistent performance. Like I want to be able to we deserve this.
Bro, I want to play like City. This is my problem. You know when I see all the technically gifted players that City have. This is my problem.
I don't know. See, if you want to get frustrated because of Chelsea, man, we're gonna be here for a very long time because we know the Chelsea Football Club we support. We know them. We know.
We're having a 7-day hour stream if they lose the Club World Cup. That's for sure. Hey,
they better win it,
bro. If they don't win it, man, we're having a and if Lukaku is the one who bricks it, hey.
No, I just have confidence that if we can back Tuchel, move to a back three, play someone to, because Lukaku is not trash. Like the way he plays.
That's my problem.
He's not like Werner. He's not surplus to requirements. Lukaku can do stuff. You know, like when Lukaku plays for Belgium, he looks like a totally different player. Like Lukaku always scores. So, and even when I reported asked him, he's like, yo, there's just a different vibe. They facilitate for me, you know what I mean? So Lukaku, we made a mistake. We have to make the most of our time with Lukaku. So my thing is move back to a back four, get the personnel you need, a CDM, backup wing backs, a good central defender for a back four to partner Rudiger and Thiago Silva. Get a creative player on the wing so we don't rely on Reece James and Chilwell to create for us. Um, get a good midfielder if we can, like an attacking one that can help. But honestly, I don't think that can happen. I think we're gonna rely on Mount and Havertz. And I don't know what happens to Havertz, but hopefully Mount can adapt into playing as a central midfielder because the whole central attacking midfield thing is not going to work. I'll be honest. So my thing is like,
yeah, for me,
we
Harris
can
is
maximize
alone
Lukaku.
in this team.
I'm not hopeless. He just, I feel like there's also, we have to be accountable as a fan base and as a club because this system is not for Lukaku. But we made the investment. So we have to deal with it and make the best out of it, right? So I think
Yeah, but
it's fixable.
You say that, but he said he said from his own mouth he can adapt to any system.
He said what?
He said he can adapt to any system.
No, I mean any player will say that. You know, any player will say that. But like, I'm pretty sure Tuchel and Lukaku had the conversation that look, because Lukaku even said this himself. He said when in the interview, he says, "I'm not. I know people look at my profile as a physical player, as a strong player, strong black man who can hold the ball up. You know, Lukaku's like, no, I can provide something on the counter. I can provide something facing the goal. So I think it's just a matter of rethinking things. I think we can get the best
I
out of
really
Lukaku.
wished he stayed at Inter, man. People,
Yeah, I know. But the mistake is
people in
we made
England, they disrespect him. All the rival fans, bro. He got on Saturday. He got cooked. Different type of cooked, man.
Yeah, I mean, he made himself a target, but let's be honest. If that was Werner would have missed those chances. You know.
Yeah, but for me, Werner, yeah, it's just people know what Werner's like, but Lukaku is genuinely like no one. People in England just like to clown him.
But he's a good player, Ralph.
I think that problem. No. I think the issue with it is we're in a poor run of form right now. That even Lukaku himself is not even helping himself. He should be the first person that comes out with the player and be like, "We get this. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna figure this out." Because he's more of a player with personality, which can galvanize the team together. But with the interview and everything he's been doing, it's been affecting him and also it's affecting Chelsea as a whole. Because right now, instead of us moving forward, we're going backward. We are not, instead of us progressing while regressing backward. And that doesn't help a lot. Because regardless of what people say, we need Romelu Lukaku in this team to score these goals. And if it doesn't perform, doesn't listen to what the manager wants, Tuchel will be forced to play another player in the caliber of maybe Kai Abat or someone else. That will give him more.
Do you have hope? Do you have hope?
Do I have hope in Lukaku?
Yeah.
I do have hope because he's a good scorer and he will score this goal. But my issue with it is, even if he switches to back four, what is that strong as that? See, I don't want what I want Lukaku is just stay in the box, get involved with the player, and stay and be in the position where when the midfielder will give you the pass and just score the goal. That's what I want. Score that damn. You don't need to
I don't think that's how Lukaku plays, man. Lukaku, we've seen Lukaku for the past 5 months play inside the box, immobile, trying to get his head on crosses. It's worked a few times, but that's not how Lukaku plays, man. You look at the way Lukaku plays for Belgium. Even though Lukaku looks very unpleasant on the ball, Lukaku can still make a pass. Lukaku can still dribble a bit. Lukaku can still do stuff. Look at Belgium. Like, Lukaku is capable. Even the game versus Brighton, Lukaku was playing amazing. So my thing is, like, instead of putting him in the box, crossing and saying inshallah, like you need to put the pieces around him to succeed. And for me, I'm talking about a Rafinha or like a Dembele in the wings. Talking about Tchouameni so we can transition into a back four system. I'm talking about a strong central defender to partner Thiago Silva, Rudiger, wing back options. And if we can play a system where Lukaku is not isolated, because he's isolated. Lukaku is there. Like Lukaku is just a fridge. He's sitting in the middle and You can't do that. We're not maximizing Lukaku.
Yeah.
Lukaku scores his goal when he's facing the goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
my thing is like, as long as we can adapt, Lukaku is good. He's just his attitude has been quite rotten, but he knows that he signed the deal, £350,000, 5 years.
So he needs to perform.
He needs to perform. He knows that. It's not like Lukaku is in the last year of his contract, in the last 2 years of his contract. It's not like Lukaku's Mbappe. Lukaku made a commitment. I'm sure he knows he's an adult, and I'm sure he knows that he's done maths to a level where he understands it's not possible for me to leave. So no, I think it's a matter of the club just saying, let's take our L, let's build towards the future. Let's build around Lukaku. Let's build around Mount. Let's build around those players. So as negative as we are right now, it just takes a few sales, like 5 sales, 3 quality players to replace them.
Replace him, yeah. I agree.
That's all it takes.
It's not that Lukaku can score the goal. He can score these goals for. We just need some pieces around him to fit into what he wants. I know I have my say on Lukaku, but I'm still gonna wait, because sometimes when we make decision, we have to make the right decision, not the wrong one. Because sometimes if we make the wrong decision, it might come back to haunt us.
And the thing is, Abdullah, I noticed in the Brighton game, I noticed something. Usually when Lukaku plays, he always has his arm pushing back at the defender. It looks very funny, right? So he's trying to hold up the ball. He's strong, so I'm pretty sure he's told by the coaching staff to sort of like put his arm like that, right? So he's forced to be static. But in the Brighton game, I was noticing something completely different. Even the Tottenham game, Lukaku was making runs. Lukaku was coming back, getting the ball. Lukaku was making runs. Even that Tottenham game, you see that run he made?
Yeah.
That could have easily been a goal. So my thing is like, Tuchel is definitely understanding that his ideas of how to play Lukaku have been wrong.
Yeah.
He knows that. You can tell. Like, I think there's been a definite change. I didn't watch the Man City game because it was too early, 5:30. I couldn't wake up. But for me, I'm just saying.
I was the Man City game. I watched it.
Yeah.
The way we approached the game was just too negative. I wanted to go to press them, but I understand why Tuchel doesn't want to do it, because
he can't. He doesn't have the personnel.
We don't exactly, because if he does do the pressing, if we get exposed, because it doesn't have the personnel to even say let's press.
And at the end of the day, let's be honest, Tuchel did really well with the players he had. City have the quality in attack where De Bruyne can just score like that, right? But a full strength Chelsea, that ends 0-0, 0-0. Mendy saves that, and that sort of thing doesn't happen. But no. Right now, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no, but Lukaku is not a bad player. He's not a bad player, guys. You can't say Werner's better than Lukaku. Let's keep both of them. Never buy a striker for 5 years. We don't need any strikers. Keep both of them. We made a commitment and build around them. And if they fail, in 3 years' time, we can do something else. But for now, Chelsea, we don't need a striker to succeed. Haven't you noticed that football is changing? Look at Man City. Teams don't need a striker to succeed. The idea, the facade of we need a number 9 who scores 30 goals to succeed is non-existent.
I think Lukaku can score that. He can score that 30 goals with the right pieces around him, though.
We don't need 30 goals. Chelsea is not Spurs. We don't need 30 goals. Lukaku, all we need is 15, 18 goals. You're there for the team. That's all we need. That's all Chelsea needs.
And I think for me, what Lukaku needs is, because of the shenanigans that has been going on around social media with the interview and everything, I think what he needs more of the confidence. Once he can get his goal scoring ability back, I think he will be fine.
My thing is like, Sky Sports, those guys are bastards. Bastards. Look at Brighton, man. Lukaku was back. If you saw the way Lukaku was playing against Brighton, he was back. He was dribbling. He was making key passes. He scored a goal. And then you do that. You kill his momentum. He goes, even that Tottenham game, that opportunity, that was perfect. Like Lukaku's run, the way he controlled the ball, everything was perfect. But it's, again, the confidence, right? So he misses that shot. Man City, he misses that shot. And it's also unfortunate because we have a tough run of games. Man
Yeah.
City, and then I think our next Premier League game is against
It's
Spurs.
Brighton
So,
on Tuesday.
right? Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because of the FIFA Club
Oh,
World Cup.
wait, let me just check.
Yeah, because
I
of the
thought it
Club
was
World Cup.
Spurs.
Yeah, because of the Club World Cup, they shifted their matches into Tuesday. So once we play Tuesday, we play Tottenham on Sunday, and we travel to Club World Cup.
Oh, yeah, I see, I see. You good. You know what? I think Lukaku will struggle for the next two games. Club World Cup, maybe
Because the problem is,
he'll
if
get.
you see, this is where my problem with Lukaku is. If he keeps struggling like this and he doesn't perform well, the conversation will come from the fans, because I think the fans have so many say. The fans has been included into the boardroom in terms of making decision. You know that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this will not go well with Granaskia and the owner. And if the fans are saying we want Lukaku sold, and Marina and everybody is listening, we want Lukaku sold,
It won't
they will
happen.
sell Lukaku. They
No,
will
no,
sell
they
him.
won't. No, the fans. The fan. Look, yeah, you have to understand, right? Fans. Most of these people are just people who they don't have it. Although they have allegiance to Chelsea,
Mhm.
these guys don't understand the finances behind things. They don't understand how complicated it is to make a transfer. The how intricate those contracts are.
Mhm.
Selling Lukaku is impossible. You can't sell Lukaku. You can't pay 100 million. You can't even. Let's say you pay 20 million for a player, right? Selling him the next year is still going to be hard
Yeah.
because of the amount of time he has on his contract. And if you're selling him, that means he's surplus to requirements. So clubs are not going to buy. So my thing is like, let's stop being childish as a fan base. We're not selling Lukaku.
We're stuck with Lukaku. So
We're
from
not.
this,
We're not selling Lukaku. We have to. We put our chips in. We have to make the most of our marbles. You
yeah.
understand?
Mhm.
So I don't want to. If Chelsea fans are saying, "Oh, sell Lukaku," you guys are childish.
I
Or
don't,
just
I don't know
take
what to say.
remedial mathematics
No, for me, I don't know
calculate.
what to say,
You know,
because Lukaku has spoke himself up that it's difficult to even back him right now. It's difficult.
no. Lukaku, like, no. Let's actually talk about this interview, right?
Mhm.
I don't think Lukaku meant what a lot of Chelsea fans think he meant.
No, I think he wanted to say, like, I think what happens is he wanted to, like, have a say in terms of a goodbye to Inter fans, but the way he did it was, for me, was poor. Lukaku is 28 and he's gonna be 29. He's gonna be 29 this year. A player like Lukaku is an adult. He's not a young boy like 21, 20, where we can just, okay, let's forgive him. He's young.
Oh,
He is,
Lukaku talk.
yeah, he is 29, and I believe with his intelligence and his experience and his smartness, I expect him to make a better decision. And right,
Abdullah, I understand.
even on
Abdullah,
the pitch, my issue let me finish up. My issue with it, even on the pitch, Lukaku doesn't show, okay. Even if everybody hates you, at least on the pitch, show something that way the fans can give you the massive support you want. He doesn't show it. His touching is poor. His mentality is poor. His ability is poor. What else you want us to do? Because when you say you should build the pieces around him, I can understand building pieces around him. But what is the assurance that even if we build those pieces around him, Lukaku will take those chances?
there's an
Because
assurance. There's an
he has
assurance. I'll
he
tell you
has a
this.
bad mentality right now.
Look, Abdullah, here's the thing about Lukaku. We all know this. Lukaku is an emotional player. Lukaku is
Sims.
not the kind of player who feeds off of negative energy. Lukaku needs to have the full support of everyone. So even when he came back, when everyone was cheering on Lukaku, Lukaku performed. Lukaku is that kind of player. So my thing is like, as a fan base, we paid 350K 5 years, £100 million fee. We can't. There's no going back. So here's the thing: we have to commit. Committing means switching our system back four, backing Lukaku, forgiving him. And let's be honest, that interview, Lukaku, a lot of things were lost in translation. Like when Lukaku, I'll give you an example. When Lukaku said the three big teams that I was thinking about moving to were Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or Barcelona at that time. First of all, things were out of context. Second of all, the actual translation is that he said those teams are big, but Chelsea was a team he wanted to come to. So Lukaku just was childish, but I don't think his intent as an adult, like his brain is fully formed. I'm sure he understands that he can't leave. He's gonna stay here for a while. So instead of being childish, look at what Lukaku did for Belgium. Look what Lukaku is capable of. Lukaku can play football, man. He can score. He's a top striker. It's not a fluke. Okay? So my thing is, let's all put it aside. Chelsea fans, put you call okay, those Chelsea fans at the on the ground that are booing Lukaku. No, you guys are losers, man. We have no choice. Let's just build around this guy. Let's put our differences aside, and let's move forward. There's no point in asking Lukaku to be sold. It's never gonna happen. So
Enki, give me your take on that, man. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just like, it is what it is.
Um, Listen, I respect Sam's opinion. Um, before I go on, people that are watching, like the vid, man, like the vid, support
Like
your
the
boy,
like the vid,
like
guys.
the like hit that like button. But yeah, um, you know,
Do you
I
agree
also
with
got.
what Sam said in terms of building around?
I'll get to that point because
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something we need to do generally anyway. But I'll get to that point. Um, Lukaku. Now I've
Mm-hmm.
been on the stream for a while.
Yeah.
I'll let you know personally that Lukaku wouldn't have been my preferred choice.
Yes, you said it. Yeah.
Not my preferred choice.
Yeah, you did say it.
You know, and we got him. And as we got him, I I backed him. I backed him because he's a Chelsea player, and I'm that type of fan. Get behind your players. So I backed him, but he wasn't my preferred choice.
Yeah.
Definitely so. Then I remember against Arsenal,
Mm-hmm.
he scored, and Sam was happy. Maybe got lost in the sauce early, and I said, Sam, let's calm down. Let's just calm down. Let's just wait a bit. Let's just wait a bit. And unfortunately, we're at a situation now where there's already question marks. Listen, man, that interview for me was the end. I like to see him do well, obviously, because we invest the money. But that interview, I can't support that. I'm sorry. That's just me. I don't think I could put that to the side. That being said, I agree. The price tag and the ability to recoup that price tag is going to be a big issue. I don't think we could get off that with ease without at least losing a lot of money, which I don't think the board's willing to do. So I'd like, ideally, if you're asking me, would I like Lukaku sold? It'll be yes. Will that happen?
No.
Probably not. Um, and I get it. Look, this formation that Tuchel has, I told you, I would like. I think is a means to our ends. I think we're going to a fullback. I think Tuchel's main priority in the summer was actually signing a midfielder. But I think the board, I really do think the board showed its incompetency again. Marina, there's real question marks now. This summer's a big summer, honestly, with the amount of people that could be leaving
Mm-hmm.
is a huge summer. So I don't know if the board's fully back on Tuchel. We'll see. We'll continue seeing. But if Kennedy is people's definition of back on Tuchel, we're in trouble. And it'll be a shame if two. I hope Tuchel nothing happens to Tuchel because I read the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope this guy doesn't get sacked because this board is
We don't even know what is going on the
behaving.
board. That's what the problem is.
and
We
if
don't know
this
what's
guy
going
gets
on.
sacked, if this guy gets sacked, why do I support this club? Like it's hopeless. At the end of the day,
The board have to back him, bro.
yeah, we have to back him. Like there's no other. If you sack Tuchel, who are you gonna?
The stuff right now is very, very tough because
My thing is like, if you sack Tuchel, who's gonna replace him?
So I'm like, man, we have to back him, bro. And I get it. He could turn water into wine. He makes Malang Sarr look like a competent defender. I don't know if he is or not. The Taylor show. Kennedy, I'm saying I'm not ruling it out that he might be good. But it's just not good enough. Luca Digne was there. Get him. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I mean, I'm like, it is what it is. Lukaku. I know. I know you want Osimhen,
yeah, I want
but
us. Yeah, I want us cement, man. I want us cement.
but
I want
I don't even know right now, man. I'm like I don't know, and I think I don't even think Lukaku's the really the biggest issue in this guy. These
no, I don't think
fuck
it's a big issue. I don't
these
think.
flipping attacking players.
Yes, because I don't think. See, I love what Sam said. I think bending the pieces around Lukaku will help, but my problem is what is the assurance that even if we build him, this man will not stink up the
Yeah,
place.
that's you can say that for any player.
Mm-hmm,
I'm lying. You can say that for any player.
mm-hmm.
You could say that for any player. If we sign Haaland, what are the assurances that Haaland will? You could
That's
say
true.
that for any player. Maybe Lukaku, the question mark is bigger.
That's true.
The Lukaku, the question
Mm-hmm,
mark is bigger. But you could say that for any player. My issue is Ziyech,
mm-hmm,
Pulisic, Werner.
mm-hmm.
Mason Mount's been out of form. Kai Havertz hasn't shown me the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, needs to do more. And that's just that attacker, and I think that stems from the formation as well. But we don't have the personnel and players, so I'm saying this is a huge summer because I don't think we could go on like this. I really don't. I really don't.
Because the
But
stuff
we'll
is gonna
see.
be on the board to make those decisions work. That is the job of the board. They have to make it work. They have no choice right now to make it work.
No. I think what they're gonna. No, but you can't sack Tuchel, man. Tuchel, like NK alluded to, he turns water into wine. You know. So if you sack Tuchel, I have a good excuse to leave this club as a fan and just find something else. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm trying to find an excuse, but it's hard because I've supported Chelsea all my life. I have an attachment to this club, but like the way we are, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
It's difficult right now. Very, very difficult.
But next topic.
So another topic. Let's go towards. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me do it. I know it's not gonna happen. Let's say we win the UCL this year. Then
Hmm.
do you still think the board is gonna step back to care like okay, we won the UCL. Okay, what are the let everybody do feel peace, and that's it. Or do you think they're still gonna have a long time process even if they win the
Abdullah, listen, if we win the UCL this year, we're gonna suffer the same. We're gonna endure the same suffering that we did this year. That's what's gonna happen. At the end of the day, you need to suffer pain before gain. Understand? I'm ready for pain. I'm ready for us, even if we don't make top four. At least the board is gonna open. You understand?
Mhm.
I don't want Chelsea to be successful this season. I want us to fail miserably, miserably. Maybe just make top four, just because it's Chelsea. But no, we don't need success as a club. No, we don't need success now. What we need to change the culture. Because success is fine, right? We pop bottles for a few days, but after, what do we have? You know, at the end of the day, City's still a better team. Liverpool's a better team. Look, Abdullah, if we keep going on this trajectory, Arsenal is going to be a better team. Are you
I
ready?
don't know about that. I don't know about that. Actually, no, they do. They do.
NK,
They do.
NK, are you ready to go on the
They do.
trajectory
My
where
bad.
Arsenal is a better team than us? Like that's
Sorry. What did you just say?
no. What I'm trying to say is okay. So Abdullah said,
Who
okay,
did you say?
scenario.
Did you say Arsenal?
No. Just wait. Just wait. I'm not saying now. I'm saying okay. So we have this culture at our club. It's a toxic culture. We win trophies here and there, but there's no consistency. So I'm looking at clubs like Arsenal now, who are on the upside. They're developing long term. Liverpool, City, those teams they have a consistency. So I'm saying if we win this year, and if Chelsea are blinded by the lights, if we think that we're successful, if we think our team is actually good, and we start just keep swimming in the same mud we're swimming in this year, there's I see a reality where Arsenal is a better team than Chelsea in the future, 2-3 years from now. That's what I'm afraid of. So for me, I'm saying I'm ready for pain for gain. Simple as that's hashtag pain for gain. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, do you agree with him?
Mhm. So I see where he's coming from. I see where he's coming from. But no, I, I, I see where Sam's coming from, Ablai, but
Mhm.
no, a big club is supposed to just continue building, continue getting shit done. It shouldn't be, oh, we need to, we need to quote unquote fail before investments are made. But unfortunately, with Chelsea, it seems like with Conte especially that happened. Um, and it seems like it might be happening now. I'm praying it doesn't. I'm praying it doesn't. So if you ask me, do I want to win the CL again? Of course, I want to win the biggest competition. But I get where Sam's coming from. My thing is ideal world, ideal scenario, realistic scenario. Win what you can. Invest. Continue investing because where we're at right now, we're not there at City's level. That's just the truth. So
Yeah, but
we
like
have to
you
keep on
keep
investing.
winning, are you going to feel the conviction necessary to make some drastic changes?
City been doing that for the past 5 years.
But City made drastic changes. City are not Chelsea. We're not in the same boat.
That's what
City,
I'm saying. But no, no, no. But what I'm saying is, City have continued still, even after winning, continued investing.
but
That's my
before
point.
that, didn't City struggle? Just before that, that winning culture came in. Of course they did.
No, because they were still even before Pep, they were still winning. They were still winning Premier Leagues. They were still
Yeah,
winning Premier League.
but not at the quantity that they are now. It's
No, but
different. But I'm just
no, no, no.
saying they had to go through a buffer period when we won the league. They had to go through a period where City had to
Yeah, but
look at the.
that happens with every, but that happens with every. No, but my issue is that happens with every team though. They
Yeah,
just
no,
go
that's
through.
what we need. That's what we need.
No,
Look
but
at
this is
Real Madrid.
supposed to be no.
Look at Real Madrid. They went through a tough. They went through a tough situation. Now Real Madrid are looking to be like in a few years favorites for the CL.
Okay, but this isn't a. Here's the thing, your perception of a tough situation. Real Madrid after the three-peat, they still won the league, even in their downward turn. They still won the league. They
Mhm.
still got to a Champions League semi-final. You understand my point? So my thing
Mhm.
is this bit right now where we're in is supposed to be our down period. You understand what I'm saying? We're supposed to be built. This is where we're supposed to be rebuilding.
Exactly.
So the investments are going to have to keep on because this squad right now is a step behind. The investments are going to have to keep on coming. That's just the bottom line
But
because
we've invested 300 million.
we need to
In two
continue
seasons.
investing more. Why is it that Alonso in 2022 is our backup left back? Why is it that Aspi is having to fill in for Reece James?
NK, here's the problem. Look at the wages these people are on. Clubs are just not willing to take that up and
And
to
that's the
compete with
issue.
low wages. Deadwood. So I
The
don't
dead wood
honestly
is
I don't
serious.
know. I don't know.
And
If you
and
look at
to the point applied to the point where
the amount of money, the amount
we're
of
having to
money.
sell youth players, man. We have to sell youth players in order to raise funds. And
Yeah, we have to sell. We have to
I don't know
sell.
why this club is acting broke. That's the thing that's annoying me. I don't know why this club is acting broke.
Yeah, it's mad. To be
We have
like
the money. I
selling
don't
the
But
know
to
why.
be fair though, but you guys spend a lot of money though over the like you had to spend a lot of money over
Victor,
the
it's not
last
it's
summer
not
we
about
just had.
spending money. It's about buying qualities into the team.
It's
I
about
miss
how we
those
spend
years.
them.
Victor, I
No,
miss those years of Drogba, Essien, Mikel, Belletti, Deku.
I mean
Those years.
that's up to your chief like operator Marina G. That's for her. Like wait, what does she do again? Does she sign player or is she part of those? That's all part of your scouting like your scouting staff. Like they don't know who
Mhm.
has to scout better.
can we scout some players properly, please?
NK, here's a culture at Chelsea, bro. Here's what we do, right?
I mean,
So,
ask Pep for some lesson. Pep knows how to find
well,
quality
Milton, this
players.
is what Chelsea does. We go into a window. Look, now we're targeting who? Chomeni, Kunde, who else? Dembele,
Rafinha
Rafinha.
Dembele, yeah.
Declan.
Chelsea are not going to make a bid until another team comes in and pressurizes them. That's the problem with Chelsea. We're not decisive. We're not as decisive as we think. We whatever business we do is based off other teams' actions. Whereas City, Bayern Munich, those teams they have a vision. Chelsea were like, oh, Liverpool couldn't buy Werner, we'll buy Werner. That's the problem. It was never about the money.
Exactly. This is my issue here now. According to the recent financial statement, Chelsea are in a bad place in terms of
Well,
financial.
that makes sense because look at the way we're behaving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it was a bad
Yeah.
place.
That makes sense. The
Apparently, we
hell?
made losses of 100 million last season.
You're joking.
Oh, yeah, last year. Yeah. So 100 million,
Okay,
2021.
then that explains it. Then that explains it.
But
After that,
Then
everything
that
that
explains it.
in terms of the amount of spent,
I mean, literally,
man.
you just have to wait till Pep leaves, then you guys are gonna
Yeah,
start winning
we
firm
have to
again.
firm this. No, we have to firm this.
Because my thing is right.
Maybe
I
that's what
don't
we're
think
doing as well,
Chelsea's squad
Wilson. We have
is.
to firm
I don't
this.
think Chelsea's squad is garbage. It's just that
Dead. Wilson
it
is
it's not that compared to everybody else in the squad in the league. It's not like I
dead.
do think that your starting 11 is not as good as Liverpool, but it can compete with Liverpool. It's better than Manchester United. Manchester United just have big name, but their players are trash. Like look at Manchester United. They spend way more money than Chelsea on their squad, but the
Yeah.
squad is still trash. And Tottenham are garbage. Arsenal. Like your squad is better than every single team in the league apart from Liverpool starting 11 and City starting 11. It just needs a little bit improve. The reason why Chelsea squad needs to improve because you compete with a guy named Pep Guardiola. Like
Yes.
he
It's
he
a
has
freak
very
of
good
it's a freak of
quality.
a nature. It's a
Yeah,
freak of a
yeah.
nature.
His team is has very good quality. But then again, we just saw Chelsea win the Champions League with that squad. Obviously, I think your squad does better in cup competition. Maybe that's just like maybe in a long. But then again, though, you guys were in first like till December. Then the injury started to Ben Chilwell, then Reece James
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
So I do think your squad needs to improve a little bit because they're like. But to be fair to Kai Havertz, he's
Mhm.
been injured. He had COVID. He's been in and out the squad.
Oh,
No,
Wilson,
I'm not
see,
making any excuses. I'm
Wilson,
not
no, no,
making
Wilson,
excuses.
Wilson, you see, my issue is
No,
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 because
I'm not
no,
making
Wilson,
excuses.
no,
And
Wilson, I
Pulisic is
understand.
in, and
No, Wilson, I
Pulisic is
understand
injury
that.
prone.
No,
ZXC is
Wilson,
very inconsistent. I give you that. But
Wilson, I understand that, but my thing is when it comes to Cho, I say these same things that people look at me sideways. That's the issue. I say this about Cho. Cho will come from COVID, and I say the same thing. He's got injured, and people look at me like I'm mad. That's my issue, not you. But I'm saying the people in this fan base look at me like I'm crazy. But I get your point. Continue.
But I do see what you guys said. Yeah, compared to City, of course, the squad needs to be like the quality needs to be improved. But this is the crazy part in the Champions League. Like on any night, Chelsea can be anybody in the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's the
Victor,
crazy part.
even
Yeah,
Tuchel himself said it. He said
I don't
Chelsea
care
is a
about that.
tournament team, not a
Not
league
a
format.
league.
He said
Yeah,
it. He said
That's the
we
thing.
are good in winning trophies in terms of tournament and cups, but
That's a
not
bit
yet.
annoying, though. That would piss me off.
He
Just
said it.
hearing that's pissing me
He
off.
said it. Yeah, Tuchel said it. He said it. He
but
does. He
I
did.
do. Maybe I'm not gonna do hypothetical. Maybe if the injuries didn't happen around December or
Mhm.
so, maybe Chelsea could have still be. Maybe the titles would have been closer between because you guys were very like until you guys dip a little bit around December,
Yeah,
obviously.
it's
But
because of the
maybe
injuries. Yeah.
yeah, maybe if COVID injury
Oh,
and
that
stuff like
December
that
review,
goes
man.
into it. Yeah, it was used. Like maybe Chelsea would have been a little bit more competitive to City, but I just think that City are just they just and don't forget to this is Tuchel first season. City Pep had this
Mhm.
squad for what for over 4 years now,
5 years.
right?
5 years.
5 years now. So
Mhm.
he knows the squad in and out. Obviously, he brought the likes of Jack Grealish, Mars into the squad and stuff like that. But he knows the squad in and out.
Wilson, Wilson, Jack Grealish is hardly playing. 100 mil is hardly playing. This is the level we're dealing with. That's what I mean by when we need to invest money. I don't think people understand. This guy is a full luxury of sometimes Jack Grealish doesn't start. Morris is an Afcon. These are the sort of players that
Yeah,
this
I see
guy's
what
just
you mean.
rotating
Yeah,
it's
you guys
comfortable.
be better like scouting
You know
like
what I mean?
investment.
So I'm just saying we
Don't
need
just
to
spend a lot of money.
invest.
Yeah,
We actually do just to compete on that Pep level. We
Mhm.
have to
yeah,
spend
you have to
and we have to
spend.
do it tactically because right now it don't look like anyone is knocking Pep off.
So at the moment, what does Chelsea need right now to
We need
literally
a
compete?
creative player. We need a midfielder, a central back, and a
Pretty
creative
much, you guys
player.
haven't replaced Hazard since he
Wilson,
We
left.
Wilson,
haven't
let me
replaced
tell you
Hazard.
what we
Yeah,
need.
See,
Wilson, let
for
me
me,
tell you what we need.
we need 4 or 5 players, and we have to say we need right winger and left wing. That is number one.
yeah,
Wait,
for
before
sure,
we
for
We
do
need a
that,
sure.
before
midfielder.
we do
Yeah,
that, I
We
want
need a
Ziyech
central back.
flopped massively, man. He
no, no,
flopped
So
Wilson,
massively.
before
please
we
don't
do
talk to me
anything
about
like that,
Ziyech
change the culture.
because I told people about that
Change
fool.
the culture.
Yeah, he like he's so bad. Like It's not even like Ziyech is bad. Like he's bad, and Pulisic is in and out the squad. So he's injured. And let's be real too. The last time I saw Pulisic when it was during the COVID, when we went into COVID, that little period where the season came back, that was the only time I would say he was like really, really good for Chelsea. But other than that, he's in and out the squad. Like he has COVID, he's in, and he's very injury prone. And Kai Havertz is inconsistent. Timo Werner, he's confident in front of goal, is very low. Lukaku,
it need more than prayer. It needs cross.
Lukaku's a fool.
Lukaku, drama queen, like starting stuff for no reason. Reece James in, like might be out for the season. Reece Ben Chilwell his ACL, so it's been unlucky. But again, this is the crazy part. Like I still think Chelsea could do something in the Champions League and the FA Cup, or even the Carabao Cup.
Victor, this is my scare. My scare is if we win the UCL, will this board take Tuchel serious in terms of backing him? That is my scare.
Now they will, because they definitely will. They definitely will, because this is the thing. When you win, you always have to refresh your squad. This is why I was so mad at us, because we did that was the thing Zidane had. Zidane didn't spend any money at all. Zidane had the same when Zidane came back the second time, he didn't spend any money at all. He had the same squad. We didn't invest. So that's what happened. And we still this day we still have Modric, Cruz, Casemiro, old men running our midfield. So when you want to be the best, you have to spend. Look at City, bro. When Pep was saying he wasn't gonna buy a striker, like I knew it was a joke. I knew this guy was gonna buy like a player. There's no way he's not, except for the 2020 season. Did he buy anybody in that season when Liverpool won the Prem?
No. I don't think
I think he just sold Company and David Silva was there. I think Company was on that left, but he didn't replace Company. He got Ruben Diaz the following season.
Diaz, yeah.
And if City wins the Premier League this season, I guarantee you.
That's what I would have done with my time.
I guarantee you they're gonna go for a striker this summer. I guarantee they're gonna buy a striker. So you have to spend.
I'm hearing they're looking into Haaland.
That's why I don't understand about Liverpool. You have to spend money. City are spending money. United are trash. They're spending money. You have to spend money.
Thank God for FSG, man. Thank God for FSG, honestly. Continue.
You have to spend money. But Chelsea do spend money. It's just you don't spend it in the right places.
Yep, right.
You have sorry players in there. You have Jorginho in there. You have Lampard players in there, and now you're gonna have the Tuchel players in there. So
and our talent ID is trash. That's another issue.
But it's
talent
crazy.
ID
Your academy, you guys have one of the best academy in the world, though.
Exactly.
I don't know, man.
The talent ID, bro.
The scanning.
We are being scammed by this Chelsea, but I don't understand. See, my issue with it is we need a sporting director as fast as possible. Very fast.
You think Pep is a sporting director of City? Or do City?
I think he has a large input.
Well?
I think he has a large input, honestly. Large input, at least, at the very least.
Doesn't Pep have the other? Because when Pep came to City, he brought some Barca execs.
Yeah, he did. I remember. Yeah, he did brought the Barcelona. See, people saying Jack Grealish will fall. I'm telling you this now. Once he get used to the system, he's gonna be good. Because I remember the same thing happened with Gundogan and Mahrez. People were saying
you could even say Bernardo Silva.
He's just not used to that style of system. Yeah, Bernardo Silva too. Yeah, he's just not used to that like system yet. He's just not used to it because at Villa the squad was built around him, but this team is cohesion. It's built for the team to success. Once he start going in, it's gonna be crazy, man. And I think they're gonna get a striker this summer too.
Exactly.
But
I'm not. It's not an angry moment for me because I understand. But my issue with it is Chelsea need to spend. Our talent IQ is abysmal. We gotta spend. It's as simple as that. I can't see.
A0 plus what I would have done with my time.
I can't. For me, I can't. Oh no, I don't know how to put it. I can't prolong this matter too much. We gotta spend. It's as simple as that. We gotta spend.
A0 plus what
we gotta spend. I don't care what people say. We gotta freaking spend money because if you don't spend money, how do you win? How do you win? That's my issue. How do you win if you don't spend? How?
No, it's not about spending money. Chelsea has spent money.
It's just you're just not spending.
It's about spending money on the
You're just not spending the right players. You're not spending the right players.
That's my problem.
before we spend another million, before we spend another dollar, what we gotta do is change the culture. So we have to talk to ourselves and say, okay, so after Ronaldo left, look at the signings we've made. Which signings have been successful? Okay, so we can identify the fact that the system that we're using is not successful. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's think about something else. Let's think about actually scouting players and not buying bargains or looking at what other clubs are doing. We need to change the culture. After you change the culture, spend your money. Even if we spend 50% of what we spend, usually, we'll be more successful than we are now. That's it. If you spend with an idea in mind, you'll be more successful. Look at Liverpool. That's my thing. So it's not about spending for me. It's changed the culture. Chelsea spent, even if we spend 100 million per season instead of the 200 we spend the other time, I'm good. Even if we spend 80 million, buy 2 quality players, we're good. We don't need to spend excessively. We just need to
don't let people bully you, man. Because when you guys, over the stats summer, right? We're looking to actually buy Kai Havertz, like Perez, like we made a bid for, we asked for, I think, for 65 million, right? But Bayern Leverkusen asked for a lot of money. Perez was like, no, we're not gonna spend that much money on a player that hasn't. He had a great season that season when when Chelsea bought him. He had a great season, but it's only one season. You can't spend that much money on a player that hasn't proven himself yet. So, and plus, he's not really like a marquee signing player. Like those type of players are like Mbappe, the Haaland, the Messi, the Ronaldo. Like those are the marquee signing. Like, but yeah, the fact that you guys spend how much was it? 80, 85 mil? How much did you guys spend?
I always hear 72 rising up to 100 or some shit like that.
No, it's 72, but then we won the CL, so it's like 80 something now.
Yeah.
90 even.
Yeah, so it was crazy to me, but that's the inflation of today's market now too, though. Today's market is insane. When you see a player like Lukaku going for 100, Lukaku is a good player. He's not trash like by any means.
Yeah.
Like he's a decent player, but
100 million,
150 million, bro. That's that's the inflation of today's market.
Milton, you know how I know Chelsea?
Even Grealish, sorry, Sam. Even Grealish too. Grealish is a good player, but I don't think he's worth 100+ million. For Grealish to be the most expensive signing player in the Premier League history, it's crazy to me.
Yeah. No, but my thing is
this is the new 100 mil. This is the standard now. 100 mil players are that standard.
Why can't the Chelsea board look at examples of signings that were successful because we actually used our brains, engaged the pink thing inside our head, and said, okay, let's actually look at if this player was fit. Like, look at Mendy. What did we spend? Like 18, 20 million? Right? And now he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So, like, why can't we adopt that kind of culture, man? You know what? If Chelsea could spend only 50 million cap every season, I'd be happy as long as we were smart. As long as we could operate like a Liverpool, I'm happy. So, I just don't know why Marina is so arrogant. I don't know why she's so arrogant. Why can't she just hire a dude with a footballing brain who can
because
make
that person will take a job in terms of sporting director. That's what the problem is.
Marina could just be like the CEO, manage the finances.
Do you know what Emmanuel said about Marina?
Happy birthday to her! Happy birthday to her! She turned 47 on Thursday, man.
We know.
I don't wish her happy birthday, man.
She turned how old?
47.
And you look like that for 47.
NK, shout out to the plastic surgeons, man.
She looks like that for 47.
NK, no comment. Move on. No comment.
Before you get married, please go to a medical, man. Make sure.
Bro, don't you guys find that strange how a beautiful woman like her is still single? Like you have all that money. Like
I'm not talking. Hey, if you don't go there, don't go there. Don't go there. No. Guys, I did not say that. Guys, not me. Not me. Relax.
Milton, I've heard Milton make a bunch of comments about Marina, man. Respect women in business, man. Chill. Understand that, chill.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm surprised she's still single, but like, there's no way, like.
I'm not surprised. Marina's, she's focused on her career, right?
But she's 47, bro. When are you gonna have kids and enjoy life?
Some people don't need kids.
True, but you gotta have at least somebody to keep you warm at night, bro.
Roman Abramovich, man.
Did she tell you she's feeling weather? Did she tell me she's cold?
I'll be like, let's be real though. Everyone always needs somebody. Nobody wants to be alone, man.
Hamilton, Romeo, Juliet.
Milton, nobody wanna see us together.
Everybody, you can't be alone, bro. Everybody
I
needs a
just sang the
friend or
song.
See, that's why I
somebody.
don't trust
Akon sang
HH when
that.
HH
Milton,
says that
Akon
he
sang it.
wants to
Akon
be
said,
single. That's why I don't trust
nobody wanna see us together.
But it don't matter, cause
Yeah,
I got you. See, I got
exactly.
you.
So
Yes. Hey man, Everton, Real Madrid, you guys are looking good, man. You guys are lucky.
No, like we
you
gonna win
can't
all
have
the.
kids at 47.
Man,
Ah,
to be honest with you though, right? The reason why we look so good, like the La Liga quality is so garbage now,
It
bro.
garbage,
is.
yeah.
Bro. That when we lost to Getafe, bro, and I went back and watched the Chelsea Liverpool game, bro. Like I almost threw up watching that Real Madrid Getafe game. It was so garbage, bro. But this is the thing: the quality is so bad. Like it makes a squad like look insane. Looks good. Like it's pretty much the same squad. Like it's the same squad. Like there's no new players. It's the same team that
Yeah,
we
what's
had
happening to La Liga, man?
since
What's happening to La
2019.
Liga?
It's a transition period because like Barca, Atleti, Real Madrid, like they were so good around like last decade, right? They were really doing well in European competition, and we had an insane title race. So it's just a transition period. Like you see Messi leaving Barca, Ronaldo leaving Real Madrid. Like La Liga is just a whole transition, but like the quality is just that's why we look so good. Like the Champions League, in all honesty, like if we get to the semi again this season, it's a good season for us because I don't think we're gonna win the Champions with this team. I know Benzema and Vinicius are very good this season, but if we go
But you
against
never
us,
know.
I want to do something because it is the most important in terms of the team tonight. But you guys continue. I
Yo,
want to have a debate. Bring up Enson in your battle house. Milton and Samuel. Are you guys ready? Let's talk about it. People in the chat, are you guys ready? Let's go. I'm going to Vuitton in this. Vuitton. Andres Iniesta versus Luka Modric. Overall, which better?
in all honesty, Abdullah, to me, it doesn't really matter. Like I respect Iniesta a lot, bro. Iniesta is a big game player, bro. Like Iniesta to me is one of the best midfielder of all time. Like he's arguably top 10, or you could have him top 5 of all time. Like Iniesta was a wizard, right? Modric to me is fantastic too. Like the Modric story, I enjoyed the Modric story more just because he was a wolf refugee person. He had to work from his way down to go back up, right? Iniesta came from La Masia, from Barcelona Academy and stuff like that. I'm not saying he had it easy, but when you look at Modric's story to go into Tottenham, then obviously bro, don't forget to Iniesta, like Modric destroyed prime Gerrard, bro, and Lampard. When Croatia went against England, like he literally outscored them, and that was prime Gerrard and prime Lampard. And he obviously went to Real Madrid, and you know it's crazy when we signed Madrid in 2012 or what year we signed him?
2015 or 14?
No, Madrid came
Or
in
17.
no 2011 when we signed him. People were calling him as a flop, bro. They were
Yeah,
literally calling him as a
he even have a difficulties in Spain, but later
yeah,
on,
they were calling him as a flop because Mourinho didn't really start him that much. Then when Ancelotti came in, he became like a regular starter on the team. So and for the consistency that Madrid has, even till now, like to this day, like I still think he's like top 5 in his position, like in the world, because like as a CM, like I just think he's like top 5, and he's
Now look what
36.
you guys say. What you guys did. You have Kamavinga already.
Yeah,
If not this,
Kamavinga is still young, but I have this feeling
you
this
have a
guy's gonna
replacement
flop.
just in case, just in case, just in
I have
case.
this feeling it's gonna flop, and I just do. I just do this. Kamavinga's gonna flop. I hope
So
not,
you're
but
gonna sell him even if he flop. What? Relax.
he's still young. He's still young, but yeah, Modric versus Iniesta, right? If I meet a Barca fan that says like Iniesta is better than Modric, I'm not gonna be mad. Like to be honest with you, it's all up to you. Like me, like I prefer Iniesta just a little bit, just because he was more of a wizard. I just think his dribbling was better. Because me, of course, I love result, but I also like watching football. Like you go to football for entertainment, like to see, like for example, like a person like Dino, like Neymar, Messi. You know they're gonna do something extraordinary in a match, like to get you out your seat. I think Iniesta has that. Madrid has that too, but I just think that Iniesta just had a little bit more flair. and I can like in the thing. So I don't want to bring the World Cup into it, but Iniesta helped his country win their first World Cup ever in history. Like he pretty much led that, like, and he was part of that. Obviously, Modric from Croatia. Croatia never gonna win a World Cup, right? But what he did for Croatia, being the leader, like, and helped them get to the World Cup final against France, like it was pretty incredible. And being the heart, like drop match performances in the Champions League final in 2016, 2018, man of the match, be the best player voted the best player at the 2018 World Cup is insane. And even at the age of 36, he's still doing it. So to me, Abdullah, like I don't have any problem. Like if you say Modric is better, okay. If you say Iniesta is better, okay. Like it's all depends how you want to rank them.
But people say, okay, let's go with overall ranking then. Let's go with ranking. Because when people talk this, because they say, I think the only thing that Iniesta is slightly better than Modric is Iniesta has a World Cup. Modric doesn't have a World Cup. But I was like, okay, Modric has a UCL, more UCL than Andres Iniesta. Then what happened?
Yeah,
Because
but
with the rate Modric is playing, I don't think Iniesta can
no,
play
but
with this.
I feel like the thing is, right, the World Cup trumps everything, right? Why do in history, what are the two names that you always hear in football, no matter what, bro? The two biggest things that you always hear in football, the
World Cup
greatest
or
players of all
UCL?
time. No, like players, like what are the two biggest name players that you always hear
Ronaldo,
in
Messi.
football? No,
Before?
like over in football, when people always say they're the greatest of all time, before Ronaldo and
Maradona,
Messi.
Pelé.
Yeah, exactly. Why?
Because they had a World Cup.
Exactly. The World Cup the World Cup is just like it trumps everything. Like it's literally like the trump card. Like if you have it, like you immortal for the rest of your life. People always gonna remember you. Like don't get me wrong, Maradona was of course Maradona was a fantastic player, but he didn't have like the career that Messi had for over 15 years being consistent. But because winning the World Cup for his country, Pelé doing that, Iniesta is gonna be. I think Iniesta is gonna be well known more into history because he helped Spain like won their first World Cup ever in history. And not only that, he scored the game-winning goal in the final. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna be if I'm like me as a Madrid fan, I'm gonna be a little biased and just say Modric just because Modric is doing it. Like he's still 36, he's still doing it in a top 5 league in the world. I'm gonna say that. But overall, if you say Iniesta is better, I'm not gonna be mad because Iniesta to me, he's the out of that Barcelona team, bro. Iniesta was the only player I'm mad we never like that. Like I'm mad. Like I wanted him at Real Madrid. That's how good Iniesta was, bro. This guy was insane, bro. Iniesta got a standing ovation from the Bernabeu, bro. We never give that to Messi, but Iniesta did. Like that's how impressive he is. Like we don't do that. We only did that to Dino and Iniesta. Like Messi never got a standing ovation, but if you had to pick one, it's up to you. It's really up to you. If you like a player that that can be consistent, like I'd still be at the top level, gonna give you man match performances week in and week out, go for Modric. But if you want like a flair, vision, like big game player, go for Iniesta. It's like it's literally like that's the way I can say it. But if I had to pick me, I think Iniesta's slightly better, just slightly better. But I do think they're the same tier type of player.
What of in terms of ability to pick up passes, the ability to maneuver around players? Because
I think
if you look at
Iniesta,
Iniesta and
yeah,
Modric, both of them can pass, but both of them have a little bit of edge over each other in terms of passing accuracy.
I think Iniesta is a better dribbler and he's a better passer. He's a better passer because Iniesta vision was insane, bro. Like apart from him and Messi, this is how insane he is. Like who had better vision, Iniesta or Messi?
It's tough.
'Cause
It's very tough. It's very, very tough. Very, very tough.
who has a better football vision? I'm trying to.
I think it's tough.
No, I think Iniesta has.
Yeah, I'll go Iniesta just
Just
because
in the
Iniesta is more
midfield, the
vision.
way he dictated
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Iniesta for
Iniesta.
sure.
But like that, but that's how insane Iniesta was. But Iniesta, that not only that, his performance at the Euro was insane too. The 2012 Euro was insane. Like I know it was a team collective, but he was like the heart, like the beating heart of that Spain team. There's a reason why he won UEFA Best Player in 2012
Yeah,
over
that's the reason.
Messi, and Messi won't score 91 goals in the calendar year. But Madrid did the same thing in 2018. Like he broke the Ronaldo and Messi duopoly over the Ballon d'Or. He's the first player to have done that.
And I'm happy that happens because I'm tired of Messi, Ronaldo winning the Ballon
See,
d'Or.
when people say that though, because I never got mad about it just because they were the best. They were the two best players in the world.
Yeah, they are the
they
best,
were
and they are
the
playing for
best.
the two best, like Madrid and
They
Barcelona.
just a consistent freeze. And I think they're the reason why too we a stat merchants not too. I think we're the reason why we bring
Yeah,
up stats a lot now because of
a
Messi and
lot because
Ronaldo.
if you see some of the club used to start machine bullshit rubbish. So like they're used to this start machine that you cannot even say a word about it because they are used to this start stuff. And it's for me it's affecting because not all matches requires you to do start though. You can just open yours and watch football and enjoy. That's it. And enjoy. Sam, what of you? Iniesta, Modric, overall, who is the better player and why?
I mean, for me, I'm just obviously they're really good. As Wilson alluded to, like respect. You have to respect both of their contributions to the game. There, there's definitely There's definitely upsides and downsides to both of them
Mm-hmm.
as players. We all know this, so I don't even have to discuss it. But for me, before Chelsea, like I supported Chelsea, right? But then Real Madrid, just the club it is, right? I've always respected Real Madrid. So watching Modric play, Iniesta not as much, but Modric for sure, like
Mm-hmm.
he's just he's just a class midfielder. I mean, the goals he scores, just the way he carries himself on the pitch. For me, I'm not even going to give an objective viewpoint because I think they're both great, and I can't really separate them because they both had their own contributions that have to be
Mm-hmm.
respected. So I'm just going to say subjectively, I like Modric, his performance at the World Cup, the goals he scores.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it hurts that he didn't join Chelsea because of that bolt-headed sicko named Levy. But you know, from just as a player, I love Modric 100%. For me, Modric over Iniesta. I'd rather watch Modric play over Iniesta.
Mm. Modric over Iniesta.
That's just
Cool. Out
subjective.
of the passing ability in terms of picking up passes, the
Okay, we
vision.
can discuss this. Um, I think I don't even want to discuss, but like the ability to pick out a pass, the ability to dictate tempo in the midfield. I think we have to give that to Iniesta. Like his ball carrying ability, his dribbling, his passing, what Wilson
Mm-hmm.
alluded to. Iniesta, that's Iniesta's for sure, and he's one of the greatest to have ever done it. But obviously, for me, just saying, because the player I've watched much more than Iniesta is Modric.
Mm-hmm.
So subjectively, I can just appreciate Modric more. Modric is more effective, in the final third, can score goals, the way his ball control, all that kind of. He's a bit more dynamic than Iniesta, like
Mm-hmm.
But I there's not you don't really have to point these things out because I think everyone knows that they're both really good. One is better at passing, that kind of thing. One is better at shooting, and is more mobile overall. So it's a redundant conversation, in my opinion. I wouldn't. I just appreciate both at the same time.
Because if you look at it, a lot of some people has been arguing Modric this Iniesta does. Can Iniesta play in in this day and age? Can they do this? Because both of them for me are wonderful midfielder. But if you look at the way they play football and the ability to carry the ball from the midfielder area, like they look very superb in terms of the way they do things.
They're both
It's
great.
not fair though. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
fair
really
to.
not fair, man. It's like
It's
the
not fair.
Ronaldo and Messi thing. They both a great player, man. It doesn't matter
It's
who you
division.
pick. You're not going wrong with any of them. They both a fantastic player, man.
Yeah,
They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna
that's my
give you the
thing.
same output.
That's my thing. That's my thing.
Yeah, I agree. I
Because
agree.
if this was an individual sport, okay, but at the end of the day, it's a team game. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
Iniesta was better for Barcelona because of the way Barca play, and maybe Madrid is better for Madrid because of the way Madrid plays. So they both are great, man. Like they both are great players. Like doesn't matter. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you rank them. I don't care. Like me, I never get. The only time I get salty is when people bash on my Neymar. But other than that, like they both are great player, man. Like they're both a fantastic player, man.
Mm.
Yeah, it's unnecessary too.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Because for me, if I have to choose, I think I have to choose Modric. Yeah, I know Iniesta wins the World Cup, but
But as
with
of
this
right now, though, Abdullah, I have to say J5 is the best midfielder in the world, though. He's the third
stop,
best player in the world, man.
stop. Just
Coming
stop
up.
there.
Milton,
Oh,
leave J5 leave Chelsea fans
Are
alone.
you doing this to me now?
J5, man. Shout out to J5, man.
Uh,
Third best player in the world. No, but how many players can say that they won the Champions League in the year in the same calendar year, man? J5 can say that. Respect J5, man.
Milton. Milton.
Again, we are
J5 is
giving.
one of the worst players I've ever watched play football, man. It's painful to watch that guy play. He's the most limited. Name me more limited players in football right now. J5 is so limited. Like, no mobility. Can't shoot. He can't defend. He can't run. The only thing J5 can do is play short passes. No.
At least you can do something.
No. That's nothing. Abdullah, that's nothing. No. J5 is atrocious. One of the worst footballers that I've ever had to watch. I'll be honest. So, and Wilton, please stop trying to rub salts on our sores, man. Chelsea, we're struggling. We understand. You have ballers. We don't. You're the bigger, better.
No, I wasn't robbing Chelsea, bro. I wasn't robbing. I just wanted to make it as a joke, bro. That's just what I'm saying because because Modric shouldn't be like Modric is good, but I don't think Modric should be top 3 in the world at the age of 37. I'm just saying like the quality of football is pretty down. It's pretty bad right now. Like it's pretty bad. Like when you look at the big teams in the world, right? Like as a CM, right? Like Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Bayern. Who else? Who else am I missing? I'm missing one more. And PSG. Like after that, like the quality is just bad. It's just bad. Like it is.
Yeah,
like,
no. Football is definitely on. Like, because here's my thing. After the 2000s and like the early 2010s, technology has hindered football because in from one scenario you can say, okay, players are being brought into academies at young ages and they're being developed to play a certain way, and sports science as well has sort of allowed them to transcend physically. So now players physically, they're a lot stronger, they're a lot faster, a lot pacier. So they have a tendency to focus on that. Whereas in the past, the best players weren't necessarily the fastest; they were just the most technical. So football is in a tough situation where sports science is actually hindering the development of the sport. Where now the strongest, fastest players like Mbappe, Holland, who else? Like Alfonso Davies is a very good example. Those are the best. So,
but I think
yeah,
the sport was gonna be back. Like I said, I just think we just going into transition, man. The sport will be back. The sport will be back.
Nah, this sport is done, man. I'm actually starting to get into F1. It's so much better than this, man. I'm telling you.
Abdullah, bro,
Hmm?
do you think Algeria gonna make it out the group?
Well, I don't know. They have no choice. They have to beat Ivory Coast. If they don't beat Ivory Coast, they're out of the game.
Gee, like you can't be the defending champion because they have one of the best squads, right, in Africa, right? We can all agree on that, right? And before that loss today, they're on this crazy unbeaten streak. They're on a 35 game unbeaten streak.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to lose, like not make it out the group stage as the defending champ, and as one of the favorites too, because the expectation is high. Maybe that's why maybe the pressure's too much on them. But bro, you have to
Are you
make it
sure
out
the
the
pressure
group.
is not too much on them?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe the pressure is just too much. Like maybe it can't. You have to make it out the group. I'm sorry. There's no if or but. It's the same thing with Salah. I'm not expecting this Egypt team to win the Afcon, but Salah, you have to make it out the group at least. Like you're in a group with
Salah should be fine though.
the only team that I like that you gonna struggle with is Nigeria because Nigeria is just better than Egypt. But Salah, you have to make it out the group because I think they have Guinea in their group, and I don't remember the other country name. But you just have to. But if Algeria don't make it out the group, it'd be a disaster. I feel like, man. But they have to beat Ivory Coast. Can they beat Ivory Coast? I think they can, but it's gonna be tough. But this Afcon has shown me, Abdullah, man. In Africa, bro, it doesn't matter how good you are, bro. Everybody's on equal the same foot, man. Maybe what Blue Eyes was saying is right, man. These players are trying to get paid, man. So they're They're gonna give their all to beat you.
Do players who play in like Afcon they get paid? Like players who international duty and stuff, they get paid?
Yeah, you get paid for it. Yeah, you get paid.
I didn't
Just
know.
not
I
as much.
thought you just played for your country for free, man.
Nah, but Mbappe doesn't accept the French money though. He said it's an honor to play for his country. He doesn't have to get
Oh
paid. He
yeah,
said
of
he does
course.
it for free.
The rich players, they don't.
Of course, but the other issue too is that I know there's a lot of corruption and stuff like that. So didn't something like that happen in Nigeria, like where the players were not getting paid for playing for Nigeria? Yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it happens because sometimes, see, for me, it's all about corruption. It's corrupt because corruption happens everywhere around the country. So it's all about corruption.
Because the reason why I said Abdullah, if Iceland, country of what? I don't even think they have 3 or 5 million people in that country. If Iceland can have a good team that can get to the World Cup, why can't other African teams do it? Like they have the players, they have the talent. Why can't they do it too?
It's all about corruption, though. Because for me, I don't believe this European countries as a better player than most of
No,
Africa.
they literally come to Africa and
Mbappe
get
from
the players.
Cameroon. If you look at them a lot, like
Yo, Wilton, you raised a good point. So I wanted to rant about this. So I'm Ethiopian, as you can see by my BI. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. What Cameroon did the other day.
Wilton. So let me lay down the facts, the context. Ethiopia has the second largest population in Africa, after Nigeria. Ethiopia is a growing economy, much richer than Malawi, Sierra Leone, Cape Verde, and most of the African nations at the Afcon. Okay? Ethiopia has all the resources it needs to develop talent. But all those players that you see in that squad, a lot of them, those people are related to officials. Those people don't represent the best players in Ethiopia. If you notice, we don't have any European players. Like, I'm like, yo, this is the twisted part. So you have a population of 115 million, and you can't produce one player that plays in Europe at a competitive level. I don't think something's fishy about that. And a good example is in 2016 at the Brazilian Olympics. There's this one Ethiopian swimmer. And he was the son of like the director of the swimming team. He was fat, unfit. I'll actually send you a picture. And he was allowed to compete amongst Michael Phelps and all those big guys, just because of who his parents was. So Africa is in a bad spot. We have talent. We have everything we need to succeed. It's just that the culture is rotten.
Sam, because I remember what you said now. Samuel said the same. Samuel said, what is the difference between having an European country and an African country? He said it's all about playing football. It's 7 matches in World Cup. Just play your ball and hope you have the luck in your side. He said he can't see the reason why Africa can win the World Cup. He doesn't understand the fear of these European people. Is it because they play in Europe? He said if you watch most African players too, they play in Europe, and if you watch most World Cup that has been won is won by an African player. Why can't Africa win the World Cup? Why can't they? How can they win the World Cup?
Again, it's the slave mentality.
It's gonna be very tough for like any other country to win it, right? And this is the sick part, right? One, there's corruption, and two, can you build a foundation to help those players grow? And three, the players leave. They go play for European countries.
Wilson, look what's happening to Brazil. Look what's happening to Argentina. Look what's happening to all the South American teams.
Yeah, like look at Italy, bro. Italy are getting players from Brazil now, bro. They're trying to get Martinelli to come play for Italy now, bro.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're trying to get. Yeah, they did that. They got Jorginho. Even
so Martinelli has agreed.
They were trying to get Rafinha. Even Rafinha.
Yeah, they were trying to get Rafinha. Yeah, they were trying to get him to come play for Italy, bro.
So Martinelli has agreed to play for. He has agreed to play for.
No, he didn't. He didn't agree.
No,
and Emerson, remember Emerson?
Brazil.
He plays for Italy, bro.
Here's the thing, Wilton. Here's the thing. My thing is like racism will never end. Yeah, and
that's never
both sides are wrong, right?
Yeah.
We live in 2022 where the white people are telling us that, oh, we want to stop racism. And I'm like, you know why I can't believe you? Your ancestors have been fighting for this structure, this superiority for hundreds of years. You're not going to just resign that just because you feel for black people or for people of color. So here's my thing. They're always going to advertise European football. They're always going to say whatever comes out of Africa, Asia, even South America, they're going to say, oh, it's a cluster of requirements. Europe is the best. And the stupid part about Africans, our brothers and sisters in Africa, the stupid part about them is they accept it, they internalize it, and they accept that they're lower than a white man, to the point where a black man with a PhD is going to lose out. A black man with a PhD is not going to get a job, but a white man with who's barely out of university is going to get a job. So here's the thing, man. I don't think we're going to win a World Cup for this reason. As long as we think like the white, we try to think like the white man, we're always going to lose. We need to think like us. We're not going to beat someone at their own game. So even South America, like watch South America, man, y'all are getting submerged in the European culture. That style, you're losing it. You know, most teams, they don't play like South American teams play, or they used to play. So
Yeah, because what's happening, we see it with young any South American player. When the moment they 18, like a European country comes and go by them, they don't have time to develop their football properly. Because when you go play for, like for example, Rodrigo, right? Rodrigo, I think he's a good player, but he's barely getting any play time at Real Madrid. Because when you play for a club like Real Madrid, you don't go there to develop your football. You go there to go compete and win the biggest trophy around. Like you go into win like the La Liga, the Copa del Rey, the Champions League, and stuff like that. It's the same way. That's just how it is. Like if you're a Rodrigo, you need to go to a club like Dortmund, like Benfica. No disrespect to those clubs at the moment, they're just not elite. You go to those small clubs to develop your football. You don't go straight to a big club, and that's what's happening. They leave South America very young, around 17, 18, and you go play and you go because when you 17, 18, you're still very young. So you get submitted to that European style of football,
exactly, very
which is what
impressionable. So
happened.
you change, yeah.
But to be honest with you though, I think the closest country who do you guys think is the closest continent to win the World Cup after South America and Europe? Would you say
I
would you
think
s- like
probably
would you say
Is it in
North
Africa.
Africa?
America? Would you say North
Af-
Is
America, Africa, or Asia? Like out of those
I think
three.
West Africa. I think West Africa because
So
I'm
you think
looking at it.
Africa, okay.
Well, for me, people may call me, but if you look at the players, take out the corruption and everything, the players, in terms of the exposure and everything, I would say I won't call Algeria because I don't think Algeria has the ability to do it. I would say it's in between Cameroon and Nigeria for me. If you look
I
at the
would
players they
I
have,
was gonna say more likely to win like the likes of North America, Mexico, and USA, but
mhm,
Mexico, I don't know if it's a mentality thing. They just
I
do.
don't think I
Wilton,
think I think it's all about composure because sometimes they lose their composure when they play
Yeah.
bad.
And North
So I don't think
America, USA don't
mhm,
take the sport serious enough, man.
seriously, yeah. For me, it's all about composure and it's all about money, 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 money. So that sometimes it's tough, more.
yo, Abdullah. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
I'm coming in with a hot take. Team North America is gonna win before a team in Africa. Yes, because I'm just saying, like this slave mentality that we're suffering from there, where
Mhm.
we're hiring coaches from, you know, the streets of Lisbon.
Mhm.
That's a problem. But then in North America, they're investing their talent. I don't see why USA or Canada can't win something in the future, in like 20, 15 years. Of course they can. So no, Africa, just the culture it is right now, we're not gonna win the World Cup, man. No, as long as players like that Nigerian team you had in the '90s,
Mhm.
you're not gonna get that ever again, ever again. Because all your talents, where are they going? England, France. So
It's difficult. If you look at the generation right now, it's all about money.
yeah, it's not right. But hey, man, it was nice having a convo with you guys, man. Peace,
Mhm.
peace. Hopefully, I'll
Peace,
be
peace.
out next time.
All right.
Yeah. Have a
Return.
good day.
Peace, peace, everybody. Peace.
Peace,
Peace,
Abdullah, peace,
guys.
bro.
Peace. Everyone, peace, peace. Thank you. God bless. Peace, guys.